That's me.
Yep.
He's like, don't go live yet. I need to say some really inappropriate shit.
Yep.
It gotta be in a pro first.
Mhm.
It should be live.
He's like, let me get real ignorant right now.
All right.
Real
We are indeed live. What is going on, internet? And welcome to OnlyCops. I want to first say hello to Loki. And then I also want to give a gold place medal to Brian Miner for being the very first. I think he did it on accident too.
I think so.
This was
Did
a
he?
good evening. He robbed the entire chat of being the first comment. It's completely on accident.
I love that.
I want to welcome all of our new subscribers. We've gotten a pretty decent bump. We've earned like 200 more since Tuesday, so that's pretty fast. We are joined here by a really unique pairing. We have Bill, of course, in his rightful place at the top of the stack. Producer Juan in his being the meat between our buns and the wonderful producer that he is. He has delivered us a really cool premiere. If you guys didn't get a chance to see it on Tuesday, go check it out.
Bless y'all with a 1 hour long rookie episode.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
So we
Full on movie.
I will say I watched it again, and I feel like it was a good hour episode. Like I don't feel like there was any boring or slow parts.
Getting really good feedback about it, so I'm glad because I was always my worry is is it gonna feel like it drags? But everybody's been really happy with them. So
I think it works well too because it's a show, right? So they're already planning on sitting down and watching that show for an hour. So
that makes sense. Yeah, we're the commentary for that.
Yeah.
Director's commentary.
We are joined by Dad, slightly off screen. He is below me. And then our very first Patreon sub of all time and the maker of Herbert High and Phasmophobia is Michael, as we called him, Nora Charles. And you would have to be an OG fan to understand it.
He is our police baby because you weren't a cop when you started watching us and then you became one. Right? Or was he a rookie?
No, I think he was a rookie.
I was a rookie. I was a rookie.
Super rookie. I'm still taking credit.
Yeah,
still a baby
fresh
cop.
at FTO. I was fresh at
I
FTO.
adopted you.
For the uninitiated,
I raised you.
For the uninitiated, Bill and myself.
I'm the dad that was there.
Oh my god!
He's the reason you get demonetized.
So, Bill and I are retired police officers. We're joined here by another retiree in Dad, who's off screen, or Keith, the server sheriff. And then we have Michael, who's still a sucker and subjecting himself to service to his community. We can thank him for his service because he's the dumb one out of the group.
I'm the very dumb one.
So, I want to thank everyone that's already in the chat. Go ahead and drop a like and a comment if you have law enforcement related questions. We will read them. We have plenty of experience in the chat room. We also have Senior Sergeant Dan Hammer here with a lot of police officer experience to go and give you some broad knowledge on law enforcement.
Was that a millennial joke? We have plenty of experience in a chat room.
Yeah. No.
You going back to your old AIM chat room days?
That was a deep cut.
You had 4 tabs open.
More than I wanted it to. Mom, it is good to see you here. David is here again. It is good to see you. He's another OG of the channel here. Kenneth, King's father, or Kin's father. There's no G in there. Finally caught a live stream. Welcome to the live stream. We do interact and try to keep up with this chat as best we can. Kai is here. Sailor George is here to go defend Axon's honor. Christy Cook is here. Let me see. Oh, Badge Bunny's here. Well, welcome back. I guess since you're here, Michael, that makes sense. So, Emu, it is good to see you guys. For everybody else that's interested, so when do we get gun? I'm just now reading the chat. This is a live stream where we cover actual body cam footage. Because we're going to be covering real law enforcement encounters, understand that we're doing that within the context of what we can see within the body cam. Sometimes we don't have context or the full story. We're just doing this to educate the public and potential law enforcement or current law enforcement officers on how to maybe navigate these things more carefully and safely. This is not in an attempt to glorify violence or to root for one side or the other. We just want a slightly safer world for everybody. So, axe on or Motorola is the question. Motorola is always the answer. I'm going to get you on a timeout for even proposing the question. Assertive Waffle, it is good to see you. I saw him playing. I've been on a weird Emu got Phasmophobia recently, and it got me on a kick for it. Pam, it is good to see you. The unintentional mod, but she gets mod benefits just for being here.
I'm not. It's like the parents. We're never gonna say we have a favorite kid, but it's definitely gonna be Pam.
It's definitely gonna be Pam. Yeah. I don't have a favorite. It's just Pam.
Yeah.
There it is. Ali, it is good to see you guys. Like I said, go ahead and drop a like, and we will go ahead and answer as many questions as we can. We'll try to get through as quickly as we can so we can get through as much of it as possible. I'm trying not to keep Bill up too terribly late. I got to sleep in today. And then we will be having Bonsai afterwards. If you'd like to join in Bonsai and into our movie nights and random shenanigans on our Discord, you can join our Patreon group. For as little as $1 a month, that gives you direct access to us practically 24/7. We do meetups, game nights, movie nights, a bunch of cool stuff on that Discord. And it's a pretty cool community of people that we've been curating there. So hello to everyone. I'm sorry if I missed you. We will address comments in the chat. And then we're going to get into the Bodycam breakdown. Thank you, Bill, for hosting.
Bodycam.
Stop.
Oh, God.
Unless you can back that up with a video.
Don't challenge me.
Don't
challenge me.
Don't tempt on.
It's not going to be a booty you want to see.
I've been there,
It's about to get spicy on OnlyCops.
Don't ever
type in plumber crack.
I used to give a hard time. I won't name him, but it was funny. I used to give a hard time for he's a dope fiend. He would find drugs on, I swear, every car we found. Then I had to back him up on. And I used to be like, you're a little too excited to have a 57 at the jail. Oh. And so anytime you find drugs on somebody, and I tried to avoid it every single time it happened to me. But the little weird jailers, like I swear they're all kinky weirdos, were like, oh, wait, he's a 57, which for us, that was a 10.
Some of them were weird.
But that you have to do a full search once they get to the jail.
That was their code, wasn't it?
I think it was their specific code, yeah. And so they would refer to it as a 1057, and it's a whole strip search of a person. And you, as the officer, had to be there. If it was a male, you would do it. If it was a female, we'd have to wait for a female jailer.
God, I don't have to deal with that.
But not great. Not a blast, but I saw way too much than I ever wanted to go see, so... You can't hurt me where I've already been hurt, Juan.
In several ways.
I'm just here to trigger you.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh,
spicy.
Also weird that it's like not labeled Bodycam.
It's got the little
also a 2-man unit.
I wonder if they just kind of cropped out the identifying information.
Kind of feels like it, right?
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's...
They roll?
More close up than...
I think his body cam just fell off.
No.
No, I hear airbag.
There's an airbag there, yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean they rolled.
It could have just got hit.
T-boned.
This is my body cam every time. I had to go number 2. Randomly at the Hilton bathroom. They ever try to do like a what is it,
an audit?
Check on me, like an audit. And you're like, well, you picked a dumb time to audit me. Okay, that's on you.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, I'm good. All right, 1 detained, 3 outstanding. Any descriptions or any updates?
Oh, I guess they just got hit.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. You can get out? I'm good. Yeah, take your time. Yeah.
Dude, do you know how hard it is to climb through a patrol vehicle?
Bro, with a patrol belt and a vest on?
Yeah.
Coward in the middle.
So did they get hit or did they hit somebody?
Oh, it looks like
Oh, it was a bad accident. Yeah.
you got
I
really.
think that's a suspect vehicle, I'm
I
guessing.
think so, yeah.
Bro, his body cam's all messed up.
It also just sounds off, right?
Ooh, that front end's gone.
Was somebody in the car?
Well, what sucks about accidents like this is you don't really start hurting until like the day after.
Somebody in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pure
Somebody in the
adrenaline
car.
right now.
He'll feel it
Somebody in the
later.
car, back seat.
Bro, I like who the guy that got hit is the one asking. Is there anyone else left in that car?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
While the car is starting on fire.
Dude, no kidding. FAFO, it's good to see you.
Well,
Ooh, I guess they had to have hit each other.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they either head on or like 90, but both of their front ends are hit. I'm curious to see what this guy's got.
I wonder if that was
Admin.
his version of a pit.
No kidding. That's
Like
rough,
they just
dude.
had to stop the car and
See, it's a big reason why when I read Two Man, I used to not put my seatbelt on at all. Was because if I'm willing to do it with myself in the car, I'm subjecting my fellow officer to my driving. So.
I only wore my seatbelt when we got on the highway or in a pursuit.
Oh no, they got hit on his side. So this is the reverse pit. I'm glad this guy's okay.
I wonder if they like crossed paths.
Oh man. Or maybe this was just like a non-involved, like somebody blew an intersection in the middle of a pursuit.
That could be. They might have blown the intersection.
That's what I was gonna say. If they
I was gonna say, admin shows up and goes, so you didn't clear the intersection clearly.
Bro, you better believe there was a write-up that came out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, even just for the fleet, but not to mention probably how it happened. Bro,
Oh, yeah,
RIP, my dude.
You're getting whacked. At
Enjoy
least.
that. Bro, gotta get them Oakleys on, dog.
That's right.
Gotta be styling.
My boy's trying to get a commendation and a write-up in the same call. My dude's gonna get a
That's how you
life-saving
do
award.
it. You get a
and
plus
a
one,
write-up.
minus one, it evens out.
Yeah, it evens out. Yeah, I guess they had to have gotten T-boned.
He just ate the red light. And the cruiser, grab him, grab him, grab him.
Apprehension, I'm guessing. But these body cams suck.
Yeah, I hate these whatever these body cams are, I hate them.
Yeah. I'd take Axon over this. That's saying something. It's so hard to see anything.
They're probably
Come here.
My boy
Signals.
is booking it.
I think it's like Signals Incorporated or something. They're shit.
Is that
Custom
a
signals.
watchdog or whatever?
WatchGuard. God,
Watchdog, yeah.
no. I had WatchGuard when I first started with the agency.
Oh,
This ain't
there it
WatchGuard,
goes.
but it's just as bad.
This is terrible.
Fucking early episode of Cops.
Right.
This helps nobody. I'm just this is now just me bitching about this. Good job on radio traffic for the foot pursuit.
Going back towards Main Street. Stop right there.
Oh, and one guy took the driver and the other guy took the passenger that ran, I'm guessing.
But I'm guessing
These guys get to the cruiser. Going back
well, you know what? I wonder if that was the suspect vehicle. If they
The
bailed and left the girl in the back seat.
Yeah.
I think
She got knocked out or whatever, probably didn't have a seatbelt on or whatever.
Probably.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
wild.
They
What if it was
said 3
intentional?
outstanding.
I don't. We're not gonna
Might
see
have been
shit with these
intentional.
body cameras.
No.
No, they're terrible.
Dude, emergency vehicle driving is
Looks
by
like they
far
caught him, though.
you get 1 day typically of training in vehicle driving ever in your entire career. There's no follow-up in service for driving.
Hold on.
It's so dangerous, dude.
It was a weak course, but that's sometimes for a lot of police officers. That's
Ours was
all you get.
Ours was like 2 or 3 days. Top.
You know what I wonder though?
Yeah.
I wonder if they did crop this in, and that's why it's such a
That's what I'm
small.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
should be like this, right? But they cropped
Manifold
it
was
in
going on,
like,
dog.
like that.
It could be.
Yeah, at least in 2023, you should. There's no excuse to have it.
Because like it doesn't even look like it's in the right place on their body
Yeah.
No.
from
And
the
it's-
from what we're getting.
based on the little watermark at the bottom right, that's what I'm thinking, because there should be more than just date and time. Should be some other identifier down there.
Cassette tapes to record this video. God.
So it says the officers were hit by a stolen vehicle while they and others were pursuing the car. So I guess the suspect car hit them.
That makes the most sense, given what we have.
Yeah.
Anything under more? Or is it just like hashtags? And
Springfield
stuff?
PD.
There you go.
Let me find out if Springfield PD what their body cams are.
Yeah, that was not great. I hate the body cam. It's on you, dude. The shoulder-mounted ones are the worst. Those are terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the head mounted.
I understand the argument for it because you're getting to see at eye level, so like articulating plain views
They
a
are
little
watch
easier.
guard.
Whatever.
They
They
are.
are watch guard.
They're watch guards.
Watch
We
guards
knew
are
it.
trash.
I saw the picture in the thing, and I'm like, oh, this is god awful already. There's an article unveiling them.
I love how fast you found that.
Dan
I'm
says
dropping it in the
body
chat.
cam
Y'all gotta see
down,
this. This is-
rendering aid.
Goodness gracious, this thing's atrocious.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. I had them when I started at my agency. And then we switched to Axon.
Opticom for his OP.
Oh,
Okay. Well, at least we're back to
his cousin
Axon.
got a big payout from that.
No
contract.
kidding. It's good to see Manifold, another OG of the lives. My dog. Watch guard.
He's being stopped by the Tallahassee Police Department on Southland Road.
Good old Tallahassee.
Yeah, Tallahassee.
She'll plant evidence of an empty liquor bottle in Riley's car before arresting him for an alleged DUI. Riley's license is suspended, and officers decide to arrest Riley on a first offense for his suspended license.
Would you be willing to do some voluntary field sobriety exercises?
The TQ.
Okay. Here, go ahead and step out of the vehicle for us.
They didn't tell him the
And the ball
consequences of refusing that voluntary test.
Let me pull up the article for this one, because there's a lot missing from this. There's just no good body cam of this on YouTube. This is like a
After
40-minute
detaining
body cam
Riley,
that they cut
ask
down.
him if he smoked any marijuana.
Mr. Riley, I got a quick question for you. So I smelled marijuana in your vehicle. Did you recently smoke?
Once he's arrested for driving with a suspended license, they can search his car. Officer Oliver leaves the car, does a 360, and then goes back in the car, retrieving a sealed liquor bottle and pours it out. That was the sound of the seal.
Well, that was it
bottle.
sealed, yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
But also,
another
it was already
example.
sitting on the
Officer
seat.
Muth questions Riley about marijuana again.
Did somebody else smoke in your car earlier?
Oliver tosses the empty bottle into the passenger seat.
Why?
They don't find
Yeah,
any
it would be
marijuana in the car. Here's
evidence.
Officer Oliver implying to Officer Muth.
Well,
the
so
empty bottle was
then
likely
use that as an
the
open
second
container.
officer's in the console.
Cover where, like,
But that's what I'm getting at. Is like, there's no good reason to do it. If
No,
it's
that's what I'm
open
saying, is
container,
like-
yeah.
That's what I'm
there's-
saying is like they opened it, dumped it out, threw it in the car, and then said there was an open container in the car after the fact.
And gave him that
That's
That's part of their
citation.
evidence for
Sussy.
yeah.
So I'm good with the arrest on the stolen container, but like they also never articulated. So they asked for, hey, do you want to take voluntary field sobriety tests, right?
Mhm.
But I'd be curious to see if they're trying to articulate, like, was it something in his driving behavior? Did he have slurred speech? Could they smell ETOH? Like, you can't just say, hey, you want to take SFSTs? You refuse and I destroy your license. Like, you can't do that. Like, there has to be reasonable suspicion for the offense in the first place, outside of whatever the traffic stop was for. That's what's weird about it. Because you could have just ran the plate and the registered owner could have a suspended license. That's an investigative stop. But that's not going to give you DWI.
No.
Or DUI. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be weird to try to start that investigation. Even if you saw that car pull out of a bar and the whole nine, it still doesn't give you. He could be buying drinks for other people. He could have been the designated driver or whatever. Like, there's no PC for the DWI or the DUI, even investigation, not to mention arrest. So, like, the refusal shouldn't automatically mean that there's going to be some sort of implication on the back end. That's weird.
Mhm. So, oh yeah, that's the full
Yeah.
I guess keep-
article.
So it only gives us two minutes. And
Yeah, because
30
it's a
seconds.
40-minute long body cam that I couldn't find. They only did the shortened version of it.
That's
why
fine, we
I
can do
also
it,
have
yeah.
the article pulled up.
Yeah, there would be no reason.
like,
Because in between basically them even going back to ask him to do the SFSDs, they have a whole discussion about how they should ask him to do involuntary, and then if they don't ask him to do involuntary, they can arrest him for the suspended license.
What a wild.
He had a bunch of alcohol
stashed.
Yeah, in his like Tervis in the center console, he had a mixed drink, and then under his knee, he had.
Didn't ever try to sniff the drink.
A
I've had to
mixed
do that
drink
before.
in his center console.
Where like someone will have like, don't get me wrong, you've seen some Percocet chilling in somebody's center console that you give a sniff to. You're like, that's not juice, you know what I mean? Because you'll smell alcohol on something, whether it's a margarita or whatever the hell, Four Loko, whatever it is you have your center console. But
Riley's arrest report states
5 fluid ounces.
Also, I'm pretty sure that was cognac, not vodka.
yeah,
That was also way more than 5 ounces.
located in the center console was observed in a cup that smelled of. That's super. What the?
Yeah, that definitely wasn't vodka because it
Well,
was
and
like
also,
a
like,
tannish liquor.
It goes from not being there
Airplane bottle.
to being there. Then they open, you could hear like this is
Yeah,
kind
the
of
plastic
food.
seal.
Like you could click, click,
Yeah.
click, 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 and then them having to dump it out. And then why would you, if it's there? Because this happens, right? You'll see like a bunch. For us, it was White Claws, right? It's a bunch of White Claws. You'd take some pictures of it.
in a pocket.
Probably take one for evidence just to say that I found
Riley's
it.
case
But- Yeah.
begins on Friday, April 5th, in the Leon County Courthouse in Tallahassee.
I hope he's rich in a few
Weird.
months.
I do too.
Because
And I
that
did also link a very short. They also had a clip of her deposition where she basically just goes, "I can't recall, I can't recall, I can't recall." To almost everything.
no.
So
Of course not.
Well, your body cam can, dog. Like,
Yeah.
but this is why I'm a fan of having body cams, because you could have the accusation. I've accused plenty of times of people saying, "Oh, you found this or did whatever." I was like, bro, I don't know how much more clear. There's like 5 cameras here, seeing every inch of what's happening. But also, I'm a fan of having good body cams, because just simply having
Yes.
one doesn't help you. That should be jail time, not like getting suspended again. That's jail time,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
You're
for that
messing
officer.
with somebody's livelihood.
bro.
even just because even if he, gets a good lawyer, fights it, gets charges dismissed, that's a lot of your life that's just
It's-
gone.
Not to mention,
Having to go
Arrest-
to jail
the arrest
for
won't go
nothing
anywhere.
is
yeah,
Well, apparently, like he lost his job because he missed his appointment. He got his
Sure.
car taken back because he missed a payment because
Sure.
he lost his job. Like
Yeah.
it was a whole
Well, it got
thing
towed.
on the back end. Yeah.
the car gets towed. That costs thousands of dollars, and you can't get it out until you're done.
So
Dude,
part
I
of the
hope
article
You're-
also said that they were talking about moving his car to the church so it wouldn't have to get towed. And one of the
Yeah.
officers goes like, "No," because he wasn't being cooperative when we asked him to do a field sobriety test.
Yeah, that's not okay.
It's like, what the hell are you
No.
talking about, man?
Come
That's
on.
not.
No.
You don't just get to ruin people's lives because you're mad that you didn't get to do that. You didn't get to do SFSTs that he probably would have passed.
Dude,
Mhm.
what also, like, I don't know, and I'm known for saying heinous stuff about, like, of all the people that could be accidentally hit on the side of the road, like, dog, like, this shit pisses me off.
I wonder how long she's been a cop.
I don't know,
Right.
bro. That's the other thing
She
that
was-
pisses me off.
So I think she was pretty new because she like a lot of it was her asking other officers like, "What can I do? What should I do?"
That
Dude.
that goes right into that conversation we had with Chris a couple weeks ago.
Bro.
Lowering the standards. This is what you're gonna
It-
get.
It also, okay, so she was trying to articulate a DUI arrest. So if she is new, she's probably never had a DUI before, because any cop that's ever had a DUI, we don't want to find that.
Bro, like, in what
None of
universe
us
do
do.
you
Unless you want to be in
manufacture-
that unit, like unless
Yeah,
there was,
dude, but
we worked
like-
with guys that sought out DWIs because they wanted to go to the DWI unit. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's,
God,
I
but
mean,
could you imagine, like, all of the arrests that she conducted after that have to get called? I mean, it's like, was it the plot of Dark Knight?
every
right?
arrest that she's made
It's like
has to be
everything
questioned
that
now.
she participated in, because how
You
on
know-
earth can you trust that
You
that
know
evidence is legit?
who else needs to get a very harsh microscope is all of her training officers.
Bro,
Yes.
Because where'd she
Yes.
learn that?
like,
She didn't just make that up on her own. There's no
yeah,
way.
dude. Or even that maybe that's like a kosher thing to do. I'd be nervous about the whole police department. You know what I mean? or at least anybody that's on that shift that she's worked with, because you don't just could it happen? Sure, but like you don't just manufacture an arrest like that, and it
Steal
just
switch.
And to be that comfortable with it.
That's a top tier comment of the day.
I want to pin that.
Oh my god!
No,
You're probably
because
right.
it's not the
No.
same girl. Because this
Yeah.
one kept her gun belt on the whole time.
Oh
Yeah,
my
exactly.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well, she didn't point a gun at God
you
and
imagine?
everybody.
We're not doing great. Man, I hate it. Hopefully we got this out of the way, but I always hate it. Like, I'm glad we do these, and I'm glad we address everything impartially, but it
That's a
pisses
pretty
me off
bad
a
one.
lot when I see that kind of, and it's like how comfortable they were with doing it. That's what pisses me off. Like,
And
she
no
was-
one,
she
She was
like-
very comfortable.
did no one question her? Did no one show up and be like, "Wait a minute, what?" Like this. I mean, I guess if no one saw her open that bottle and she's just saying,
Well, they were there because it was caught on another
That's what I
officer's
mean.
like dash cam is how
Yeah.
we see them.
could have been her
pouring
own
out of it.
dash cam. I don't know. Don't do that shit. If that's you and you're just trying to be a cop to get arrested and do it like that's so stupid.
That's right.
And also like a disgusting abuse of the authority you've been trusted with. That's like the worst part about it for me.
mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think y'all have a whole video on that, reacting to the rookie. Just getting arrested.
Yeah, that's true.
"Oh, you mean when you make it a competition?"
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, dude. That's a pretty big fail on integrity. Oh, we've done this one. Oh, we've done this one.
Have we?
Yep.
Yeah, he knows this chick and arrests her, and a sergeant comes in. He's like, "No, dog." Like he arrests her for some petty bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember doing this one. This one also pissed me, bro. Y'all trying to get me fucked up today?
I don't control what
Everyone's
people
like-
put in that chat.
We're gonna trigger Josh today.
Raw party, man.
So
I mean-
think the one we saw, Josh, was a very similar video, but it was a different lady. But this goes exactly the same way as you're saying.
Yeah.
Like that she flips him off. He comes over. He arrests her for failing to signal.
Petty, yeah, dude.
It was
Something
like, and it's
petty.
just like, bro, that's a ticket at best. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? And yeah, that was in somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
Some
Also, no
teeny
business
tiny town.
wearing a uniform. You'd be doing that kind of bullshit,
Mhm. That's what happens when you lower standards.
bro. But just like the amount of human suffering that's occurred for people willing to take that job, not to mention have died doing that job, and you're going to go and disrespect the fucking. It's not the job or the profession. It's the sacrifice of the individuals that did it the right way. I don't care about the thin blue line. I don't care about the subculture. I care about the people who did it the right way and suffered because of it. You don't be a good cop and not come out of it worse for wear. You know, like you will come out of the other end a worse human being or diminished in some way, shape, or form if you do it the right way, because that's the nature of the job. And you have the fucking nerve to be doing that bullshit. Like, bro. Like
Makes
prison
my job
justice.
harder.
Bro, prison justice exists for this kind of shit, bro. Like, anyways, we'll keep going. I'm gonna
Hey,
get
I'm
more
also
mad.
trying to call some police. I stopped you because of your speed. All right.
I didn't even see you pull me over.
Yeah, I'm like a ghost.
Why? You're stopped.
Anyway, do you have your license on you? Your registration insurance? I stopped you because you were going 66 and a 40, and
Oh, that's-
yeah, and you're like following cars too closely. All right, you gotta be
Decent
careful.
speed.
It's reckless, not.
So sorry.
It's
My
aggressive,
dog's got a
okay? It's
backup
borderline
charge.
reckless. It's a rental.
Yeah.
Do you have the rental agreement?
Bro, my guy's wearing a DJI mic.
Whoever you rented it from.
Well, yeah, I think this is a
Is this someone's
They
car
called
that
it,
like a friend you're
like
renting
Patrol
it to?
2
or-
Thursdays or something like
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Do you live here?
Yeah, their agency does basically ride-alongs
Gotcha.
It's like
for the public.
Fridays with Frank.
Do
or
you live
whatever
here or
it is.
no?
Mondays
Yeah.
with Frank.
Gotcha. What's up?
His nags are up in his armpit.
Give you a warning. We'll see about that. Probably not gonna happen though. Yeah. Okay. You're going 26
Jeez.
over, and you're following cars too closely. Okay. She's demanding I give her a warning. If you're going 26 over and you got pulled over, would you expect a warning?
Yes.
In my city, yeah.
I'm giving you a citation.
Yeah.
I didn't stop for speed.
But
Sorry.
I'm not
giving
getting
you
pulled over
warnings.
in Dallas
The
for
first one is
66
careless. I'm
40.
not writing you a careless
Yeah, what
citation
kind of
because
street am I
you're
on?
speeding plus you're following too closely.
Just pull me
I
over on
stopped for speed
35.
depending
That's
on
not a
where
school
it's at.
zone. I don't think I'm
Right.
getting pulled
And then
over.
the second warning is
Shay, it's good to see
since
you,
you're not
dog.
from the area, don't speed in Coral Springs because my
Brian,
warning to you
also
is
good to
if you
see
speed in Springs, you're gonna get stopped and you're gonna get cited for it.
Lecture
Okay?
time.
Again, you're borderline reckless. Please slow down. There's a lot of people on the roadway. We don't want people getting hurt out here. Okay? Yep, you're welcome.
You know how everybody has a hot, like, that one spot you
I'll pass
just
that
don't want to
lecture,
try
that
to
was short.
police at? This
Those
was
were
that
short.
one spot, bro. It's called
Yeah.
Coral Springs, bro.
All right, I'm stopping you because you were going 105 miles an hour on a 65, and you
Going that fast?
yeah, you're going that fast, and you're also changing lanes rapidly. You're passing people in the slow lane, just to let you know.
I'm sorry.
So-
I'm in a rush.
My man
can
stacks
tell.
charges.
I'm in cruise control.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
He's a
Well,
traffic
you don't
unit,
go
so
from
Yeah.
that's his life, bro.
Well, I mean, my mind.
Good.
I think they said he's the aggressive driving unit.
No, I know. It's just you got to be
Is
careful.
that really what it is?
Nothing
I think so.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's
Something
people
like
out
that.
here. There's a lot of traffic.
That makes
you don't
sense.
want
Is
to
that
get
what the
hurt,
little?
And when
So
you're
do
going
you-
high speeds like
On
that,
his-
He's basically
on his
a-
back.
for trouble. Okay, 1 minute.
He's
So
basically
we're
a
on
trooper in
Sawgrass
PD
Expressway,
uniform.
An interstate that surrounds Coral Springs.
My dog have a.
We were behind this driver who
Trident
was
on
going
his-
88
It's a SWAT
to
pin.
miles an hour.
Oh, it's a SWAT pin. I was like,
And all
who
of
is
a
this
sudden he went
guy?
From 88, and again,
Probably
supposed to speed
part-time
of
SWAT.
65. He went from 88 miles an hour to 105 miles an hour while using all lanes of traffic to pass all other people. So he told me he's late for work. He told me he had his cruise control on, which that's not true because you don't just go from
You can cruise control at 100.
88 to
Yeah,
105.
just keep pushing that plus button.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna
These
see some
memes.
serious-
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody, our viewers, that Coral Springs Police Department is a municipality police department.
So
However,
the city
the
makes these
county of
videos,
Broward
which I
Get
love.
out!
to enforce
Mhm.
traffic
I think it's awesome.
for the entire county. And that's
Give them a sub.
I did- I'm gonna give him a A+
Mutual
for
Aid
that
Act.
production
There's a
quality.
Give him a
countywide
sub,
agreement for
dog.
traffic, and
I will
our
on
chief of police has signed that
OnlyCops.
agreement saying that, yes, our officers can
I don't need to
enforce
sub to
traffic
any
laws
more
and
cop
the boundaries.
videos
No
on my
kidding.
personal
So
YouTube.
that's why police is allowed to come out to the interstate on the Sawgrass.
I don't like
and enforce
cops that
traffic. I
much.
could even go somewhere in the city.
I have the
of
select few that I
Lauderdale,
like.
and I can go to the A1A, which is a road right on the beach. And
I had
can
two,
enforce
but they're
traffic
not
with
cops
Fort
anymore,
Lauderdale
so.
Police Department because our chief has the mutual aid agreement.
Is what
So
it
your
is.
license is here. I am issuing 2 citations. One is for the speed, and the other one is for careless. Because it's 30
Oh,
miles
that's a
over
tough
the speed
one.
limit, you have a mandatory court appearance. All right, but just please slow down. We don't want anyone getting hurt out here. Okay? Yes, sir. Be safe.
Bro.
Damn,
Not
careless.
the one.
Yeah, it's not
Reckless,
good
it
with the
sounds
red light.
better.
You hit the brake, we'll go through it.
All right,
I'm sorry.
you gotta be careful, buddy.
No!
You have a
Oh,
registration
you're like right in front of him, dude.
Say it again, please.
I don't have any
He
of
had
that.
so
You
much
don't have
chance to
insurance on
see
the
that was a
car?
cop. I guarantee
Why
you,
not?
halfway through that dirty, he's like,
My
I
mom's
fucked
car,
up.
that's right. And I just use this once, which is wrong.
The SWAT
Yeah,
pin
once in a
matches
while,
the
just
haircut.
for doctors
Agreed.
and stuff, so-
Yeah, you can't
No,
do that.
I know. I'm totally wrong.
My dog has.
Yeah,
his-
look,
is he-
aggressive driving
All right.
on
you
his
have
patch.
The paperwork for the registration, though.
His back
Mm.
patch.
What's weird is he has his mag reload on his right hand, even though he's right-handed.
Okay. You can't be running red lights out here, especially with no
Little
car
sussy.
insurance.
No, you're 100% right.
I'm gonna
Wow,
make
you're right.
myself a
That
patch
is
like that.
weird.
That's weird.
This one's expired.
It's the right direction, but it's like the wrong side. It's a weird
Yeah, this
setup.
one's expired too.
Maybe it's a Geos thing. Maybe that's his oh shit mag. Might be
So
his.
you've been driving
That doesn't
for
make
5
any
years with No
sense.
insurance?
Negative sense. In no universe would I ever do that.
And back, yeah, which is
But
wrong,
he's
too.
SWAT. I'm not.
Except we're good.
Because it's also like,
Yep.
He's trying to be
I get that he
All right,
doesn't
let me
want
check a
anything
couple
on his
things, okay?
lower back.
It's showing that the tag's
But he
expired.
has
Let me
a whole
double check,
chest
okay? I'm gonna
rig.
close this. His tag's expired. He has no insurance. He's running red lights, and he's been doing that for, well, driving around with no insurance for, he said, around 5 years after his mom passed. So we're gonna see something though, because
This boy's about to get
they're telling me that
$1,300 worth of
either
tickets.
the license plate or his license, and we're gonna go ahead and search this stuff up real quick.
What's
Wow.
that fuzzy
It's been
thing on
expired since
his?
2020.
It's a mic.
It's a DJI
microphone.
mic, lapel mic
That was a squirrel.
deal. Yeah, it's a squirrel, squirrel tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one right here. Little
That's
fuzzy.
for his mom.
Oop.
All right. So the sticker, it's
Look at that.
the tag expired since 2020, but you have a sticker on
Yeah,
it
I
that
would
says
want
it's
this-
2022.
They just switched the
I
TQ
don't know how the
and the
sticker
mag.
came into play because it's still showing through the national database,
So
That is
weird. Because
expired
wouldn't you
in
want your
2020,
TQ in your dominant hand?
which makes sense because you said about 5 years ago.
I'm so confused.
I'm
Also,
weirded
his
out.
tag order on
Sorry.
the
He's
car,
left-handed?
which means that
No,
His
'cause
gun's on his
pistol's
right
the
side.
hand.
the state
Oh.
wants the tag
Yeah,
back.
I thought the same thing at
So
first,
probably-
and then I'm like, no. it's
Also,
not.
what kind of
Probably
pistol is he
says there's no
carrying?
insurance on it. I'm guessing.
It's a
Could you
350.
tell?
Your mom's the registered
Is
owner,
it?
but your mom's deceased. So look, you can't drive.
I
this
thought I
car
liked
until
him
you get
for a
insurance
second.
on it, until you get it I guess, registered in your name.
I'm here for this guy,
All right, but I am issuing 3
he's
citations.
a traffic cop, and he's got basket
Red light.
weave.
Listen.
He's got a couple of my icks.
Listen, for being a traffic cop, right? Has he lectured anyone?
No.
No.
He has crushed it. He's
He
done a
has
very
not
good job
lectured.
of explaining what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's not lecturing.
Even when she asked for a warning, he was like, "You want a warning? I don't think so."
Probably not.
The no proof insurance.
His taser
and
is also
expired-
right-hand draw. What?
and the
Yeah.
That should be
expired tag.
cross.
Yeah,
Cross
you've
draw.
had 5
Yeah,
years
so
to
it's
have a
cross.
meeting or
It's
anything
on
like that,
the.
But you've had 5 years to get this handled. All right, so with that
You
being
towing
said,
it?
because the car is not insured, you can park it right here on the side of the road, and you can call for your own tow truck, and they can tow it back to your home. But you cannot drive it back to your home like this. All right?
What a
Your
G!
license is good. It's valid. No issues with
That's
it.
pretty cool of
but
him.
You gotta
'Cause he
either
could
call the
just
insurance
tow it.
company now, see if it can get insured, and then also get the tag renewed, and then someone can drive the car. All right?
I have an appointment at this doctor.
Yeah, you can't go there. Not with a car like this. I mean, you can go there, you can't drive there. So you can park it and call for someone to come get you.
Yeah, maybe Uber.
Or Uber. Hello, I'm Officer Charlie with Cold Springs Police, and I stopped you for your speed.
I know.
All right. You also
Love
have
that.
window tint.
It's so simple.
Absolutely loved that he didn't say,
So simple.
"I'm Officer So-and-so. Do you know why I stopped you?"
Do you know
It's
why
so
I pulled
easy.
you over?
No,
So
I
easy.
don't. Tell me, please.
Yeah. Are you a private investigator? Who told you it's legal?
The guy who did it, he came to my house and did it.
You asked for photo. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him for legal tint.
Okay.
He said the fronts are fine. So I'm gonna line up with the little
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get my meter out. That looks too dark. But just to verify, I'll get my tool out and I'll. let
Florida
you know.
has tint
I
laws?
stopped you though with the speed.
I'm so
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I'm so sorry. I stopped at
Oh, he's from the same academy
Okay.
my boy
Gotta be
Brock's
careful,
going to.
the
Very
roads
cool.
curve. There's people out here. You
My
got
dude
horses
looks
down
great.
Here. You got people down here walking.
Brock, what's the
Speed limit's 35, you're
tint
going
law
59.
on front windows?
Fast. Too fast.
I thought
All right,
Florida
so we're
could
on
tint
Lakeview Drive.
everything.
The speed limit's 35.
Yeah.
It's a windy road. The road's bend. So
This is
also
by
kind of
far the
close to
best
that
traffic
area.
cop I've seen probably ever in my
She
life.
This is probably one of the
going
best
almost double the speed limit.
interaction
and
cops we've seen.
Yeah.
She has very dark window tint. So we're looking at her tag, all the history. We have numerous traffic.
Yeah.
That's why they
stops
put him
with
on
the person.
camera.
She's been stopped.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
100%.
I'm glad that
year.
I'm glad they picked him.
4 times just by the Coral
There's a
Springs
reason they
Department.
picked him.
She's been giving 3
Yeah.
citations already and 1 written.
Fridays
Emu.
with Frank.
And
That man.
unfortunately for this
I don't
guy,
like that
strangle
guy.
She's still not learning.
Yeah, I
that
wanna strangle
she
him.
needs to slow down.
Get his
So today she's gonna get another one. Here in my hand, I have a tool called a
Michigan does have
and it's an
tint
enforcer
laws.
too. This device, I put it over
All
the
you can
window,
have
the
is
window
Oh,
4
he's got his
inches.
tint meter.
passing through the
In
tint.
Michigan, you can
And
tint
in
the top
Florida, you're
4
allowed to have
inches of your front
28%.
windows. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all that's
I
legal.
have-
It's the
So 20
I have
stupidest
that
thing
same
ever.
tint meter.
of the light going through the window
That's
in the front.
dumb.
In the
Such a
back,
loser.
You're allowed to have 15%. If
Hey, it
it's
was
below
issued,
28
okay?
In the front and below 28 in the rear, it's
Sure it
actually
was.
not proper. The
Issued
only
by
two times
Amazon?
You can have the dark tint.
Issued by Amazon.
Is number
His
one,
sergeant
law
issues it
enforcement,
to him every
dark
shift
window
'cause he
tint.
always asks
If
for
you
it.
are a private
Yeah,
investigator,
100%.
you
Nah.
have your private
Doesn't put
investigator
his name on the
license
log.
for it, you can have the dark window tint as well. And the last option, it's called a
Thank
sunscreen
you, sir.
exemption form, and it's basically
35 in the
you get from
front,
state that
15 in
says
the
you can have
back.
The dark tints because you need it. for
35 in the front. Golly.
the
It's
the
worse
state
than
lists
Texas.
All the medical reasons,
That's-
and it's all on the state's website. So if someone truly needs it, it's all there. So obviously, there's
Carolina's
safety reasons
32.
why you can't have dark tint at nighttime. It's like driving with sunglasses.
Yeah, 32.
Texas is
Blue
25 and
goes
they
to
don't
it,
care
but I
about the
recommend
back.
Not doing it. It's pretty
Well,
dangerous.
it's also a hotter state, so I believe that you want that car being cool.
Yeah, but Florida
All
has
right, man.
as
I'm just
much
gonna measure
sun
the window
and
tint. So
probably
like I
more
said,
sun than
28 in the-
Texas,
in the
honestly.
front, you can have 28% or higher in the front, and in the back, you can have 15%
this
or
dude's
higher. So if it's
squared
below
away.
that,
He
it's
just he
actually not allowed.
rattled that information
28%.
off
But if you
like
want
it
to put
was
your window like
nothing.
right here, I'll
About
just
the
show you what I'm
28's
talking about.
Pretty dark.
And in the front, it's actually 4%.
Damn!
Oh, bro,
No.
limo
So whoever
tint,
your tint
dog.
guy was, I would let him know, hey, you came over, you did my car's tint, you told me it was Florida legal, and it's
Well,
not.
the car drives
and
itself. You got
I-
a lot of time for
maybe
activities in the back.
Correct. It's supposed to be
Well,
20 or higher, and it's 4. So literally, it's limo tint. Limo tint's usually 5%. I'm gonna look at a couple things. All right, I'll be right back.
Jeez,
okay?
that's dark.
Yes, ma'am.
Dark.
Am I gonna get a ticket?
For the
Yes.
speed, yes. For the window tints, I'm gonna look at a couple things. But look, you've been stopped by us before. My partner stopped you. He's the he's the big Peruvian
Gotta be
guy.
a small town.
And then Officer Wisdom.
Big
stopped me as
Peruvian
well.
guy.
All right, so you gotta take it seriously.
Coral
because
Springs.
we don't
Coral
want-
Springs, Florida.
Yeah.
So to explain what 4% means, it means that only 4% of light is transferring through it.
Yeah.
So the lower the number, the less light goes in. The higher the number, the more light gets in. Just for the uninitiated.
Your boy has 2.5s on the back and 15s on the front.
Good lord!
God.
I like
If it
dark
wasn't-
tint. I don't know
if
what
it
you want me to
wasn't-
say.
If it wasn't such a nice truck, dog, you'd get stopped way more.
If
for
it was
that.
if it was a car, I'd get stopped all the
100%
time.
stop.
But because
Bro,
it's
some
just a big
Nissan.
diesel, like,
You have like a Nissan Altima.
oh well,
With
you'd
a
never
15 up the front.
you'd never catch me dead in a Nissan Altima, okay?
Bro, in your town, dog, you would be stopped so fast.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Dumb
apparently-
question for y'all.
The
Says she can't hear it.
video. Yeah, the video.
That video was very low.
That one was very quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tallahassee one was too.
That one
Yeah.
was super
I'll turn them up a
quiet.
little bit, but
Yeah.
I have them turned down just so it doesn't overpower
Mhm.
us. That's not true, Dylan. I can see out of my back windows just fine. Just not at night.
133,000 population in Coral
Hey,
Springs.
Are you
Nice little suburb.
Michael, are you doing some official flexing by allowing your wife to have very dark tint in her car?
Actually, so North Carolina law, SUVs and trucks have a different tint law.
What?
So
What is
yes, so trucks and SUVs, the front windows can be no darker than 32. All the other windows can be as dark as you want.
So
So
what's
your rear window
what's
can be
hers?
0 if you want it.
what's her front windows?
Her front windows are legal. I think they're 70 something, and then
Wow,
That's
her,
not tint.
That's
her-
not
yeah,
even
right.
tint.
Right, her back, all her back windows are like, I think they were 20.
That's not even
20s.
dark.
Yeah, it's not even
My
dark.
front windows are darker than that.
Bro, 70 can happen with just a dirty window.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one
She's
that
trying to
the
act
one
like she's
the
all
one
bad.
that like the thing that I'll never understand is the tinted windshields, and I'm seeing them a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm like, even with the nicest tint, the nicest ceramic tint, you are not seeing out of that at night.
No.
Like I have this strip on my windshield, and even that's hard to see out of sometimes.
Interesting. She said that her dad had a doctor's note saying his sun sensitivity.
Yeah, we talked over him, but that last guy said you can get 3 exemptions for window tint. But one, you have to be able to provide that doctor's note, and it better be legit.
Yeah.
And 2, a lot of the times you have to go renew that exemption. Because you can also get it for, I think if you have diabetes, there's like an exemption for, I'm pretty sure it was diabetes.
Like insulin tint.
No, it was something. So I worked with a guy, and it was something with his eyes that was caused from his diabetes.
Oh, yeah, because it can cause damage to your eyes. I'm pretty sure.
So he
Macular
like he
degeneration or
had
something.
he had doctor's note for that. Michigan, you cannot have tint on the front driver or passenger window below 4 inches. Don't question me. I used to live there and tinted my windows very, very dark and got pulled over very often. So we don't need to talk about it.
Diabetic retinopathy.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. So there's ways there's
And
ways
macular edema
around
is the
it,
other one.
but it's like, are you really going to go through all that trouble? Or are you going to pay the $105 ticket? Or are you just going to take the tin off and go do your little fix-it ticket thing? So what really sucks for us is inspection.
Dude.
I've had to go some shady places to get my inspection passed.
Yeah.
They doing away with that?
Yes, they are. Next year.
We don't do inspections in Texas. Yeah.
I think January of
More.
25, it's over. So
Fearless YouTube says live here now with mine are tinted and I never get stopped.
You're not driving
That's
fast
good.
enough.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah,
It also
depends on the cop.
it really depends on the car.
Yeah, leave your Tinder date's apartment with too dark a tint in the wrong side of town and see what happens.
It really depends on the car. It depends on what city you're in, and then how you're
And
driving.
who the cops are too.
Yeah.
Kendall,
Male adult.
thank you for the super chat.
Hell yeah.
Playing on me, riding around on it.
Thank you for monetizing the often
Yeah, I've been riding these
unmonetizable.
Power Wheels for the last 9 months.
Baby, yeah.
And you're the only one that's taking me to jail.
You stopped on it?
Yes.
No, it's not the pink one. It's just like that, but it's
Isn't it a
blue.
Power Wheel?
When Indiana
Dude,
State
this is
Police
incredible.
first saw a children's Power Wheels toy Jeep driving down the street at 9 p.m. on August
Bro, what's wrong with
23rd,
that?
2020,
Tell me you have a
they
tell me you have a
likely couldn't believe their eyes,
DWI.
but this routine traffic stop was only bound to get stranger. This is
Look at all
John
those
McKee,
batteries.
and as police will find out shortly, this toy has been his vehicle of choice for the past 9 months.
Quick question. I've got a male adult on a Power Wheels. I stopped him driving down 2nd Street. No lights on or nothing like that. What's my grounds if I get any impairment off of him?
What?
PI.
Is
Maybe.
it battery powered?
It's a powered
Would that be
vehicle.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
it's
powered
battery
vehicle.
powered
It's a
Jeep.
powered
Yeah,
vehicle.
it's a
No,
vehicle.
it's not the pink
Yeah,
one. It's just
I mean,
like that, but it's
horse-driven.
blue.
The police
If it's a
decide that the
powered
Power
vehicle,
Wheels
then,
still qualifies as a vehicle, as it's not self-propelled, and the
thank you.
officer proceeds with the usual traffic stop protocol. Under law, the officer is making a valid stop here, as he has reasonable suspicion to believe that he has
Bro,
witnessed
imagine
a
he runs and
traffic
you have to pit him.
violation of some sort, although on a much smaller scale.
What if it
than
just does
he's
a
used
donut
to.
and keeps going?
It keeps going the other way.
Slow speeds pursuit.
You stand up out there for a second real quick, bud? You have any knives on you or anything like that?
Please get out of the vehicle.
We'll take it off, throw it in the vehicle
Dude,
real
his
quick.
knees have got to be killing him.
Yeah, any drink or
Stay
anything
in the
tonight?
vehicle.
No, not all? Okay.
The officer begins to administer some field sobriety tests to determine if the influence of drugs or alcohol could have made John think that driving a children's toy through town was a good
Oh,
idea.
you know what? You also
Keep your hands
saw
on your
him
side, don't
leaving the
move until I
roadway,
tell you
so
to,
he
do not
was on the
start until I tell
roadway.
you to.
Yeah.
You understand?
I was like, if he's not on the roadway,
Okay,
I
you're
couldn't
ready,
see
okay?
it, but you saw him right at the last second pulling off it.
Whoop.
I'm going to say uneven ground.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Proceeds to conduct
There's a crack.
additional tests.
We're
He
rooting
gives
for-
him multiple opportunities.
Bro,
to
his
pass
knees are
different
just
versions
tired
of the
from
straight line balance
riding in
test,
that thing.
But John
From being
does
up to
not
his chin,
pass
yeah.
with flying colors, making the officer question his fitness to operate a motor vehicle, even a tiny one.
Just to remind
With
everybody
the
about
test
jury
completed, the officer
nullification.
returns to his
If you
vehicle
ever
to ask for
run across
guidance
something
on
like
the
this.
strange
I should never
scenario
be on a
unfolding
jury.
One more time.
Bro, I tried so hard to get out of
So I
jury
got a
duty.
guy on a Power Wheels. So I run
Didn't
to
work.
Brad. I called Bill real quick. Am I still good on this? And he said, I'm pretty sure. He said, if it goes through, let me know. I'll make some double check in. I was like, well, okay. So, I mean, it's a battery powered vehicle driving down 2nd Street. No lights.
I would
on.
totally be calling
on
too. I'd
other
be like,
alcohol.
I don't know. This
He failed walking turns.
I don't know that I would-
Late.
I don't even know that I'd go for the
His
DWI.
Romberg was about 17
Honestly.
seconds
Why?
with some minor eyelid tremors.
He's on a Power Wheels.
So,
I mean, yes, it's still a vehicle. I
Amen.
get that.
on the
But-
roadway.
on a
On
roadway.
a roadway.
So I'm
But
out enough
there's
takeouts.
other traffic violations you just get him
The
for and be like,
officer's
hey,
confusion
don't
is
ride this
almost
thing.
Palpable. This may come
Turn
as
your
a
lights on,
surprise,
maybe?
but under Indiana
Yeah,
code,
Then have
turn your
lights,
battery
yes.
powered lights.
qualifies as a vehicle.
The Power Wheels
In addition,
qualifies
as a
it
vehicle
forbids an
in this
individual
state.
from operating a vehicle.
So if you give him just a traffic citation, do you really think that's going to change his behavior from drinking and riding his Power Wheels home?
I mean,
Well,
yeah, you got a
so-
point.
So
I
wonder.
don't think he
does
said he
it re-
didn't think he was drinking. He thought it was meth.
Well, whatever. Intoxication.
Also,
Yeah.
if you could imagine, would you be able to do like FMFR on this guy? Which is like failure to maintain financial responsibilities. It's like not having insurance on it. Because I don't know that an
So it
insurance
probably
company,
doesn't qualify.
It probably does, yeah, it probably doesn't
for
qualify for
insurance.
insurance.
But
That's what I'm getting
I
at.
also don't
It's not
necessarily.
legally registered there, so.
I also don't think it qualifies to be on the roadway.
No, without headlights, without any of that stuff. Like
Just
Yeah.
purely from a speed factor.
'Cause
yeah.
And that's the way I'm looking at it is like, okay, he gets a citation. He's not allowed to continue to drive on it. So if you're worried about the DWI aspect.
But I mean, he already
of it,
knows he shouldn't be driving. That's why he's riding.
Right, yeah.
That's why he's riding a Power Wheel.
They got to suspend his Power
Yeah.
Wheels license.
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't even have
There
a
you go.
license. He whipped out an ID card. Guarantee it.
Yeah, probably.
While intoxicated, the
It's just-
location
it's
where John
wild.
is driving falls under the definition of a highway or street, according to law. So, arresting John for operating
I'd
a
have just
vehicle
done
on a
PI,
highway
dog.
while
If he
intoxicated
was that
is
hammered,
Yeah,
entirely
I'd have just done
within the
PI.
officer's
That's so much
authority.
easier.
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple checks, make
That's
sure
what
you're
I'm
okay real
thinking
quick,
too.
all right?
Like, if
And
I was really that
I would,
concerned about it.
I guess, put his vehicle in the property room.
However, given the
You're gonna tell it?
circumstances,
Hey.
it seemed rather
That's what I-
clear
I-
that the
I wanna call
officers
it
tow
went
truck.
forward with the arrest,
You're gonna call
and
a Power
it
Wheels
raises some
tow truck?
additional
Yeah.
questions.
Get it
For
rolled
example,
on.
Pocket truck
what
to
if a
tow it?
child is
Yeah.
driving
Remote
a similar
control.
vehicle
And
on a street?
honestly,
Or what if someone is driving a
the
riding
PI
mower
arrest-
on a highway? For
the
that
PI
matter,
arrest is gonna be easier than the
theoretically, police
DWI.
could take a child
That's what I'm saying,
driving on
dude.
a
Just
street
do
into
PI.
custody and
That's
refer
why
them
I'm like,
to the
I
juvenile
don't know if I do
system.
DWI,
More likely,
DWI, 'cause
however,
good
an officer
God.
would get the child off the street and make contact
Well, this is a good
with
question.
the
What about those
parents,
electric
as this
bikes?
could be a child endangerment charge against them. As
Most
for
of
the
them
riding
don't
mower
qualify to
scenario,
be
the
on the
same
roadway.
consequences as
Yeah.
John is experiencing
The
could
different stop
apply.
altogether.
Still,
But
it's
I thought-
important
okay,
to
so-
remember that each state has
But can
different
you have it
laws
on the
as far as
on the
operation
sidewalk
of
though? Then,
vehicles
because I thought
versus
you can't have like
non-vehicles
bicycles
go.
even on the sidewalk.
Pause it real quick.
Depends
You
on the
can,
jurisdiction.
you can. It depends on the jurisdiction. It's typically going to be under city ordinances as to whether or not they'll allow a bicycle or even like even like a motorbike.
Or like
That
electric
some of them,
scooters.
yeah, mopeds, things of that nature. There's like a certain criteria that has to be met. Typically, having
What if you're
the ability-
intoxicated though?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is like the intoxication, because like you can be on a bicycle and drunk, right?
PI.
But it's PI, not DWI. You
So,
could be high and on a bike.
In
That's
Michigan,
kinda what I'm getting at.
in Michigan, it would have been OWI,
yeah,
operating while intoxicated, and then they had driving under the influence. But we also had DUI, but that was for juveniles.
So apparently, some Texas prosecutors point to the general Texas DWI statute to argue that bicycles are covered under it. So I guess it's up to your court to decide.
I'm not down with
Yeah.
that. If it was one of those electric bikes, I'd probably make the argument.
North Carolina, a bicycle would qualify for a DWI, but good luck finding an officer who's going to charge somebody.
that's what it's just PI is so much less complicated, and you get the same result. You take that person off the street. That's my big thing. Is it's like it's easier to prove, it's easier to articulate. You're also not as punitive on because he doesn't really pose any danger to the public. He poses a danger to himself, right? Like, and so with DWI, when there's a motor vehicle involved, the danger to the public's a lot higher. So I want like future proofing this behavior, even if it means having to restrict his access to a vehicle or his driver's license or whatever. But if he's on a bicycle, he doesn't need, you can't suspend someone from, owning and operating a bicycle even on a public road. But I can at least save them from themselves for that night. It's kind of why I'm leaning more on the PI standpoint, not to mention the investigative criteria needed for the elements of the offense is astronomically lower. It's super easy to prove.
I want BWI in every state.
BWI. What about those like little so there's like 18 people on them, there's one person steering and it's just like they're the drivetrain for it, like a bunch of people on bicycles.
Yeah, but normally
you ever seen one of those?
Yeah, but normally those are a bar. Normally you
That's what
drink
I'm
while
saying.
you're on those.
But that's what I'm getting at.
But you're not in
I guess you're just
control
the-
of it.
Yeah, you're not steering it.
Interesting.
Now, when you get drunk on that thing and you drive yourself home, I'm all for the
Different story.
I'm all for the DWI.
Anyway, it's a fascinating conversation.
At this point,
It's one of those
given the
weird things you
failure
don't
of
really think
several
about
field sobriety
until you see
tests,
something like
the
this.
officer has probable cause to arrest
This has been
John
one of the more
and transport
educational
him for
videos we've
further
done.
testing. John may either voluntarily take the test, or the officer may obtain a warrant to take blood or breath samples. This warrant.
I
will
wanna
be
see what he
supported
does
by
with the
probable
Power
cause
Wheels.
I want him
developed
to
by
write the
the
warrant
officer
just so that I
during
can
the initial
frame it.
contact and
I think-
subsequent
chose it.
investigation.
I think I would write the warrant
With
on
the
this.
backing of his colleagues and
just
his suspicion that
CYA.
John is intoxicated. You can probably guess what will happen next.
Okay, you stand up for me.
This is one of the few times where you can detain a car with your body.
Right.
He takes off.
You're being placed under test.
I don't know. I still wouldn't recommend it. Your shins are gonna get messed up.
You take the test? Okay, well, I still got a handcuff. You take the test, okay?
John will be taken to the local hospital for further testing to determine if he has any substances in his system, and if so, what they might be.
So now, search incident to arrest. You have the ability to search the power wheels.
Pretty sure I'd have gloves on.
100%, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get someone out of Vincennes. Got anything else on you? Narcotics, nothing else on you?
But before they can go anywhere, John's vehicle, no matter how unusual it may be, must be searched.
Got an extra battery in it that he hooked up to give it some more
It's got
juice.
3 batteries, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He's prepared.
Honestly, it might have 4.
Yeah, let me grab it back real quick.
Warning, flashing
I said, I'm
light.
just giving you a warning for not having any lights on it, okay?
They need a grappler. You could just do it with the lasso.
What about for me? I want to go home, man.
Police find nothing of interest in the Power Wheels, but that doesn't mean they can head to the hospital. Just
No gloves?
yet.
Whoa.
The toy car is still the man's property, and they can't just abandon it in the middle of the road.
Yeah, book
Tow
it in the
truck.
Okay, tow truck for the vehicle, okay?
Official price.
Oh my god.
They
Choice.
did
Yeah.
not.
Wow.
Yes.
Out here, so.
I was only like 4 blocks from my house.
Your taxpayer money at work.
And I'm just walking home.
Right now.
The cost for the tow is more than this thing is worth.
Come on, sir. I mean,
Oh, 100%.
Oh.
yes, I started
The
out
storage
nice, man.
fees for it,
Started
too.
sober. Now I'm trying to be nice.
You know what I love about this channel? They blur out Axon.
Hell yeah.
It just
Calling an F-150 to tow it. Dude, you could do this in the right SUV.
So
Dude.
Yeah.
you said you got stuff in
You
your
ain't
system.
lying.
You got your system.
It fit in my
Just little-
trunk
you want
space.
Picture of the tow
Yeah.
truck in the Discord.
Weathers, it's good to see you, Doug.
And marijuana.
According to John, at least, the officer's suspicion that
Just
John is impaired
set up a
is
makeshift
correct.
tow strap.
With the microcar loaded onto a full-size tow truck, the pair can finally head to the hospital, and the ensuing conversation
Well, I think the
doesn't
Tow
disappoint.
charge is
You
more
ever had a
expensive than the
heart attack?
power wheel.
Do what?
Have you ever had a heart attack?
I have not.
They hug.
I believe so.
I've survived 3 of them.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
Call you
Why
BS
not
for
so long,
return.
Have they built that new jail yet?
But, well, parts of it. It's mostly done. They still got some work, I
He
believe.
said, next 51 all for
Oh my god.
There's lots of time left in there.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Why is he transporting?
in the front.
Well, he doesn't have a cage, so
Further
I
investigation
kind of
into
understand
John's
the
Yeah.
front,
arrest
but
would
like,
reveal that he had quite a history with the
it's
Knox
just
County
he's like the
legal
only cop
system.
working.
He was arrested way back in the year 2000 for Class D felony theft. In the following years, he was arrested
lot of
for
our
public
cars don't have,
intoxication, driving with a
cages.
suspended license in 2016, creating a public nuisance in 2008.
So do you transport in the front?
Multiple charges for driving
Yeah,
with a
passenger
suspended
seat.
license. Finally, the officer and
'Cause luckily
John
we
make
have
it to
2
the
people on my
hospital to
shift that have
finish his
cages, so we
assessment.
called them.
The
But
officer conducting
before
the
they got
assessment
their cage
also
cars, it
examines
was
John's
all of us were having a
pupils,
passenger
collects
seat
his medical
transport.
history, and records
Or
how
call the
much of
county
each
because they have cage
substance
vehicles
John
if it was
claims
someone
to
who was
have taken.
combative.
Overall, in my opinion, as a drug recognition expert, is that you're under the influence of cannabis.
The truck.
You're unable to operate a vehicle safely. I do think that you are coming down off of your meth.
Bro, you're lucky you're retired, dog.
Well, yeah,
I'm glad
And
you
on
could
that
say it
note,
for me.
seems John's fate
I
is
embrace
sealed,
it.
and a commute to the jail will soon be in order.
DUI on a vehicle. That's still back. That is still a. No, I'm not. That is still a vehicle.
I'm turning that now.
No, you talked to the wrong person.
I still would have done PI, to be honest. He's not wrong legally, it just seems dumb. One's a Class C, one's a Class B. Or unless it's a subsequent. In that case, it's like, in Texas, it gets elevated the more you get.
That I know of.
Poor guy.
Same thing?
Yeah, driving while intoxicated, DUI, OWI, they're all the same.
Oh, well.
Impaired.
I don't know.
Watch your step.
Why couldn't you let that one go, man? Come on, dude.
I'm with him, dude.
Can't, nothing.
PI.
Come on,
You're still not going to let him go.
No, he's going to jail, but he's going to go with a ticket.
Help me out a little bit, man.
My answer to that.
No, no, you know
Now he's going to have to go. And
He's not going anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. He's just going to sit in jail. He's not going to fight it.
Justice for Joe.
Complain on me, riding around on it?
No?
No? So you just...
Yeah, we'll drop it? Probably.
I've been
I don't
riding
think so.
for the last
I don't
9
think so.
months, And you're the only one that's taking me to jail.
Depends on the DA's
Why
office.
is that?
You been stopped on it?
The only weird thing about it was what he was operating. Everything else was kosher.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yes.
and he's got a
He's
prior.
talked to
So
various other police officers who had no problem.
They'd be
with
more
him
inclined to
driving
want
the
to
miniature
prosecute.
car. Even if that is the case, however, it doesn't change the DUI charge he's facing tonight.
Well, power to you. I mean, you're the only one that's done it. You might even get famous for that. Nobody else done it. I mean, you're the only one that ever had to, you don't really have to take me to jail if you don't want to. But I'm not mad. I'm just doing your job.
You wouldn't have been under influence and stuff. I would probably got you out of there and not let you drive away, but using marijuana and everything else, it's a
Yeah, but
different
I'm
story.
not over the meth. And marijuana stays in the system 30 days.
yeah,
so.
if he was in Minnesota, he probably wouldn't even have seen a jail cell. So
Upon his arrest in late
Well,
August
What
of
the
2023,
scenario been
John
on the
McKee was charged
Yeah.
with operating.
oh, it
This would
will
a good
be.
one.
It
This
will
would be a
be.
good one.
the
That's a
vehicle while
weird.
intoxicated with a prior conviction. His case is currently pending.
Wild.
That's
I have stopped somebody, plenty of people on bicycles, plenty of people on foot. I had to work an accident with a scissor lift.
Dude, people on
That
bicycles were the most combative.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
period.
Yeah.
They immediately start arguing with you. Like,
They do that on the road too.
You know what they do?
yeah. Till I drive by.
That's true. He's
Yeah.
a much bigger vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't
The
have
amount
as
of
big a car as
times.
you do.
Yeah.
You also
The amount
don't
of times.
throw black smoke out of your exhaust when you hit the gas really hard.
Good lord.
Related pick in the Discord. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You
the
move.
amount of times I've almost had to put hands on somebody on a bicycle is astounding.
Bro, they have
They're the
this
worst.
What?
little power wheels on it.
That's amazing.
Stand by.
That's incredible. Also, Juan.
I need to see this.
So,
Bro,
bro, there's a
this
lot of
could-
YouTube videos on how to turn your power wheel into a tow truck. If
If,
you've got like
uh,
a bigger truck.
You know what's funny? He said, no, it's not the pink one, but it looks just like it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
that's
it's
the one he
Jeep
was talking about.
It's the Jeep version, I think.
So, yeah, just be careful out there when you're on public roadways.
Well, and also just don't do meth.
Don't
Could
do
have
that.
all been avoided.
Don't do that.
If he just avoided the meth.
Well,
Yeah.
not all of it, but the worst of it.
Most of it. Yeah, most of it.
Okay,
Probably still would
fair.
have gotten pulled over for
Fair.
like driving at night without lights
But-
on.
What if his first DWI
And,
was for meth, and then he wouldn't have lost his license or his car, right? Could have maybe all been avoided.
True.
Maybe.
Too true.
All right.
We
Let's
are
see it.
back now with a new first responder spotlight for this month. The story of two local deputies who helped
OnlyCops
save
said,
a
try arresting a
driver
college student on a bird
trapped
scooter.
inside
Bro.
of a frozen pond.
No, thank you.
I'm in
Those things were
pursuit.
an epidemic.
We want you to meet deputies Nathan Clark.
Wait a minute. That made me think of something. Did y'all see that guy? I believe he got charged. He threw a cooler at a guy on a moped. The guy in the moped crashed and died. He got charged.
No way.
I'm
I hadn't seen that.
almost
Wasn't it
positive.
Was it Houston? Or,
No, I think
I'm
it was
trying to
New
remember where
York.
it was.
I think
But
it
yeah,
was New York.
The guy was driving by him and he took a cooler. I think the cooler had stuff in it too. But he threw the cooler at the
Maybe.
guy and he fell off and died.
But it was
I
like a
remember that. We
moped.
watched
It
it.
Wow.
was either a scooter or a moped or something like that. Guy falls off and dies, and then that officer got charged. I'm 99% sure he got charged recently. I'll have to look
And
it
you're
up.
you're braver. You're braver than I am. Commuting on an e-bike, God bless you.
No thanks.
and Brian Wooden, part of the Monroe County Sheriff's team covering the west side. They had just started their shift early Christmas Eve morning when they got a call that at first did not sound that out of the ordinary.
We were dispatched to what started out as a disabled vehicle, actually. And then shortly after that, we got additional info that the driver was talking to the OnStar crash alert system, and that the vehicle was sinking, and he couldn't get out.
Yikes.
Just look at what they found on scene. This car
Particular man.
into a pond in North Chili. The driver, an older man, stuck with no way out.
Once we got there and got out of the car and looked and could see that the car was sinking, we kind of looked at each other and said, okay, we're going in. And
that's the worst.
And we went. I think he was a little bit disoriented.
The only appropriate time to drop your duty belt.
Literally, that would be the worst feeling in the world.
Pretty quickly, we need to not hesitate and just act, do something.
The two deputies waded out to the car, and through this body
I'd have taken my vest off too.
At least they can stand. Like, at least they're not swimming.
Yeah, I'd probably take my vest off too.
Yeah, hi. Can you unlock this?
They had trouble with the doors. On top of that, the water was rising.
Is there any water? Is there water at your feet?
It's getting deep. My camera was underwater for a portion of it, so it's up to my chest. Of course, we didn't know how deep.
Bro, our Discord's out of control right
Once
now.
they realized getting the man out from where he was might not be possible, they took the next best option. Move the
I'm gonna
vehicle.
get that cop car power
Our
wheel.
goal
We're
was to
gonna
get
use
the
it for
shore
skits.
closer so it didn't sink anymore. It wasn't going to sink under the water. We
Yes.
kind of set in the bottom. So once we got it moving,
Did we watch that in the
by time
Discord?
The fire department was pulling up.
The kids,
So they
the kid
understood
videos,
that
do
Yeah.
traffic stuff.
Yeah.
We knew he wasn't sinking any further. We got out of the
I'm gonna make Josh and Bill
With
ride
more
2 man in it.
support and
There you go.
special teams arriving on scene,
Bro, that thing's gonna break.
Dreams come true.
their first chance
There's
to
no
really
way it
tell
has
what just happened.
the weight limit for us together.
Oh, Bill's gonna be on my shoulders,
It was only like 38.
holding like a light bar.
Okay, he did go to the hospital.
Going wee woo, wee woo.
As for the deputies, again, that was the very beginning of their
Well, good on
shift
them
at
for getting in
Christmas
the water.
Eve.
Yeah,
They
man.
went
That
back
sucks.
to their main office, they changed, and then they went back out on patrol. And we'll be back next month with a new first responders.
Good for them.
Well, good on them. I can hear us. I don't know where I'm hearing us, but I can hear us.
I heard it too.
I blame Keith. Dad?
I accept.
On the 13th of December 2023 on the Gold Coast,
Oh,
Queensland,
the 13th of
an
December.
officer was on patrol when driving towards a suspected stolen vehicle parked on Greenacre
I love
Drive in the
Australian
suburb
accents.
of Parkwood. It
It's
was
pretty good.
just after 5:30 a.m.
Is this Dan?
when the
Dan, is this
officer
you?
approached the vehicle
Dan.
and saw a driver behind the wheel asleep. The driver was later identified as Noah Christian Spells, 40 years old. Spells was under the influence at the time and shown no regard for the officer's presence. The officer instructed Spells to exit the vehicle, but instead of complying with the request, he seems to start searching his car for something. The officer opens the door with her taser drawn, commanding Spells to get out of the car, with no response. Spells
tell me.
leaps out of the vehicle towards the officer, attacking her. Subsequently, she deploys her taser, hitting Spells, causing him to collapse to the ground.
Shout out to Axman for having that work, actually.
Look at the cute little van.
Bro, that blows my mind. That they would have such an adorable van. But
It's
that
wild
you would,
what
you would
Dan.
respond.
Dan, what do they call that van?
The
Reaper.
The Reaper. There's no way it's that
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, she's lucky that worked.
Very lucky.
Camera, please. Get out of the car! Get out of the fucking car!
Oh,
Fucking
slop
car.
window, yeah.
Get out of the car now! Get
Get out of the car!
I'm coming, officer.
Pussy. He's crying.
I'll taser you again! Get out! Get down! Face down! I'll taser you again!
See high?
Get down!
Dude, she's lucky he only produced keys.
The officer tries to handcuff Spells, but Spells begins pulling at her hair, tearing out strands in an attempt to escape arrest.
What the?
That's why you don't have hair.
Yeah.
Bill.
Keith said
I don't know about that. This is not
I like my hair.
I guess if he tries to use it, he's just gonna tase himself. So
This is embarrassing.
This is not compliant handcuff. This is pretty decent side control, though. You got like something resembling side control.
Does she have side control? Because he's pulling
now
her
he's in
down.
control.
She did for a second.
He's gonna pull out her extensions.
Dude, she's also gonna get kicked. I'd be nervous about getting kicked or punched or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, get back in the game.
I didn't have this beard on patrol. Smack.
Get on the radio.
Plus, I'll never let you get close enough to pull my beard.
Taser deployed. One on the run.
This is embarrassing.
After running away, Spells
You
was
didn't
caught
already
by
have backup
responding
on the way?
officers shortly after. In the suspected
There was an
stolen
officer.
Lexus he was in, officers searched the vehicle and found a firearm and ammunition.
She's lucky she's not dead.
Yeah.
Noah Spells was charged with possession of explosives ×2, breach of
Might be
bail
time to find a new
×2,
career, yeah.
dangerous operation of a motor vehicle.
So
I would say so.
I'm not,
unlawful use of a motor
and I'll be honest.
driving under the influence of alcohol, serious assault,
I went
police,
weirdly Irish there.
and going armed so as to cause fear.
I liked it though.
Noah Christian Spells was sentenced to 2 years jail.
It's all
with
Commonwealth.
parole eligibility from April.
Damn,
15th,
he only got 2
2025.
years for that. Australia's got that bail reform. So I'm not mad at the officer for being there. I'm mad at an agency that would be willing to send her into a confrontation without the skills to protect herself. That's what upsets me about this. Could you take this individual and transform that person into someone who can handle a confrontation? Sure, it's doable. But like, I think it's negligent, and this is what upsets me about this when I see it. It very similar to last week with old K9 chick from wherever she was at.
God.
At what point in the academy process or the field training process do you look at that officer and say, I think you're going to handle confrontation really, really well? You know what I mean? Like, because it's negligent. I mean, that'd be the equivalent of letting a 13-year-old do it. That's a tiny little person, or whatever it is, unless you're equipping them with the skills and the capability, or even just making it to where you have like mandatory two. I've talked about this, where you have like your social worker and like your scary, roided out person, like a human canine unit, right? Like, I do believe that the patience, the understanding, and the give a damn to do the job is the most important thing that often most people don't have. The problem with it is you are being asked to intervene in potentially violent encounters, and if you're not, I think it's most of these police departments' faults for not evaluating that individual in the recruiting process and the training process and saying, you know what, I'll pass them. That's like worse than passing. Like, imagine you have like a kid going through school, can't read, can't write, doesn't know math, but I'm going to give him a GED anyways.
I mean, that's happening right now also.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm getting at? Like, that's, you're doing a disservice to that student rather than failing them and letting them try again. Mm-hmm. This officer, if they were put through these scenarios in training, or if they were put even in a controlled environment where you're in field training, you have a capable officer allowing you to get into this situation early with some supervision, right? It should have been apparent that they didn't have the skills or capability to handle these. And at the very minimum, her training should have been, oh, I see a like a potentially combative person, let me back off and wait for backup. That's simple. It's that simple. And so, like, even on a DWI, we would find people asleep in a car all the time. And if they were asleep, I would just block them in and wait. Like, hey, if I get in a fight, let me not get in a fight by myself.
Because you know it's likely going to turn that way.
Yeah, and that's nothing. That's just good application of tactics, and it was policy for us if we were going to go take someone into custody. Didn't matter if I was twice that person's size. I did not arrest someone by myself unless I absolutely had to. In like a foot chase where I was the only one that caught him, yeah, I'm going to go hands on and handcuff him because it's just me there. And that's the safest possible place
for a minute.
to do it, right?
It'd be you for a minute.
Yeah, that's different. If you were there,
And
well,
then
let's
it would.
be honest. Let's be honest. I was not dusting you. Let's be
No.
honest.
I'm not saying me. I'm just saying like
yeah.
everyone's ears perk up when you say
I
foot
got one
pursuit.
running,
Yeah, like you have the half the city coming down on you quickly.
Yeah. And so like I don't, in this specific instance, like I don't want to get too terribly upset at the female officer just because I think that she's really being more failed by policy in this specific instance. The other chick, not only did they give her the job, they gave her specialized unit capability with the canine, and
So
she was
and
bad at.
car and all. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Listen, I'll agree with you that policy is failing her.
Yeah.
But let's call a
Have little
spade
bit
a
of self-awareness.
spade.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything to improve her skills, and I can tell that by her body type.
Yeah.
Well,
so like, I got to a point in the career where I knew it wasn't for me, right?
Yeah.
You did the same thing. I was
100%.
perfectly capable of doing the job. I was just emotionally no longer in the fight for it, and I didn't feel like it. Again, I got to a point in the job where I didn't think people were worth dying for. Or worse, a certain set of circumstances would have put me in prison for no good reason, right? Like living in that environment, it didn't.
Yeah,
it
the
wasn't
wrong
worth it.
call
Yeah.
at the wrong time, and you have to
Yeah.
make the decision.
Yeah. And so, like, if that's the case, even I realized, hey, maybe this isn't for me. And I had an honest self-evaluation that I was like, hey, I'm hesitating way too much because I don't want to go to prison because of the jurisdiction that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Me doing the job the right way. And you'll see this. There's instances of this where you have an officer that makes a very easy use of force call and now they're going to prison.
Yeah.
So, like, if we're making that decision on that list, it's literally just, I'm not emotionally fit to do the job. That's not physically, that's not, from a knowledge standpoint, that's like, you should be having those other honest self-assessments with yourself because you are taking the responsibility for other people. It's an important conversation to have with yourself.
And that was a point I was going to make, is that at no point did, from what we saw, at no point did she stop and stop herself and go, maybe I can't handle this situation
Yeah, should
by myself.
Now, she didn't chase him into the woods, at least. So
yeah, right. But she just, and it's a bad symptom in law enforcement. A lot of people, and I'm not saying this is what happened here, but I have seen where you have so many arrests that go well, and everyone's been compliant, even if they were a little mouthy. I'm going to get that here. All I got to do is just put hands on them. They're going to let me arrest them. No problem. You get complacent. And then you get that one person who goes, I'm going to prove you wrong today.
That's why policy's a thing. We'll keep going.
Mm-hmm. Well, real quick, because David Hardy made a good point, where it could be that thing where you know the skills, but you don't practice it enough, so second nature doesn't help you. And the reason I think that's a good question is because I feel like we watch a lot of body cam videos where, like, okay, maybe the training was there, but they're in a very quiet town, or they're in a whatever, where it's like you just do not experience this type of policing. And it goes to Michael's point too, to where like that, basically what you learned is gone, because it's like you learned it in academy and you haven't had to do it almost ever. And then suddenly you're in a situation where you need that to kick in and it can't.
Yeah.
You just didn't experience it enough.
I'll say this
It's a conditioned response.
I think jiu-jitsu or some form of that should be A, paid for by the department, and then B, mandatory.
Yeah.
Yearly,
Well, and then,
like for the entire year. Like,
should you include stress inoculation into that? So maybe do
that's the nature of it,
academy,
right?
Like,
I think,
especially in departments where maybe they're a little slower.
I think with jiu-jitsu,
kinds of things.
you
enough.
roll
Yeah.
with a higher level belt, you're getting stressed because you can feel what they can do to you. Like they can essentially make you feel like a child, even if they're smaller than you. So like, I feel like you're getting a good, like, you're probably not going to have the adrenaline dump, but if you have enough skill in said martial art, the adrenaline dump's not going to matter. You're going to revert back to the skills that you've been practicing versus you go through the academy, you have your bullshit fitness assessment once a year in, what the hell was it called? What was that week, Josh? In service. Yeah,
In-service,
you have your fitness assessment and in service that doesn't test
Plainclothes day?
test anything about your physical skills. And then if you didn't search out or train some type of martial art on your own, you didn't get any. And it's very quick to go away once you stop doing it. So, but you know, that would require more funding.
Inoculation and going hands-on,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I was thinking like scenario training and stuff like that could be helpful. Like,
I mean,
throughout a career as well.
That's literally what sparring is, technically. Like that's the whole nature of it. Is I'm putting you in situations and scenarios
I
where
think
you're forced to do it.
violent scenarios
practice all the time.
could be helpful. Like Josh got to do it. I didn't get to do it. The little where you walked up to the screen and the
a little VR thing. That was
Yeah.
kind of cool, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was more like testing your ability to know what you have and act once you know what you have.
Yeah.
And most of it was presenting like very in the gray area use of force scenarios. So you'd have, and because they qualify the whole thing for you. Like this is a CT warning, which is a pretty low. That's not even an offense. We're just there to document stuff. It's a CT warning and a homeless person, and then depending on how you interact with that individual, they'll either elevate or not elevate.
Yeah.
And then like they're critiquing how long it takes for you to figure it out, to make that decision, to realize you're in trouble. They're trying to see if you're doing radio traffic. Are you asking for a second? Are you calling for the channel? Any of that kind of stuff. They were just trying to see like how far off are you from where we want you to be behavior wise. And if you couldn't fail the scenarios per se, but if you did poor enough on that, they would be like, maybe this person needs more.
And that
intense
every
training.
year makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I
That's
still
easy.
think you need some type of empty hand control, something.
Currently in the Explorers, trying to be a police officer. Love watching the vids. Learned so much from it, guys. Thank you.
Well, if you
I'm glad
learned
somebody's
if you
learning.
learned anything from us, you wouldn't be in the Explorers. You would be finding another career.
God bless you.
I'm just
for
kidding.
trying, though.
Someone's
No?
got to do it.
Hey, I'm proud for that somebody's wanting to do it. Oh my god, let's keep going.
Let's.
The big guy. Hey, listen, buddy, I gotta handcuff you. I don't care what
Oh,
you
my man is.
Jeez.
Turn around for me.
Tell me.
Probably have hands on before I say I'm going to handcuff you.
I want to give a clap. We're going to do a demonstration of how to handcuff somebody. For serious. This stresses me out every time I watch it.
That body cam clip is weird.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna fall right off.
So why is it so low?
I don't know.
We have those clips. They're actually really secure.
But why is it
shouldn't be that
on his
low.
belly?
It shouldn't be that low. Yeah.
No, it's LA. I give up. Poor guy. That guy was. Oh, it was an accident.
That's indicative of an agency that doesn't have policy on where specifically the body camera needs to be.
And I want to see everybody else's. Where do they have theirs? Because like this dude that we're watching seems to have it in the right place.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Dude, that guy's got it in his chest. This guy's got it in his chest.
Bro, my boy went and sat right down. Okay, don't pick up by the arms. Pick up by the armpits. It's also why you wear gloves. Also going to teach people how to lift other human beings.
It's LAPD. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's your favorite thing right there, Josh.
My dog. So they just get the ambulance. This makes life easier.
LAFD.
My dog.
Everybody likes firemen.
Exactly. We need John Nolan responding. Where's John? That's what everyone's asking for.
It'll be an OIS.
Probably.
Jeez. Yep. Becomes an OIS with a car chase and they jump off a billboard.
Why did they have crime scene tape for an accident? That's weird. This was like a fatality.
They've got money.
He's got money to burn on crime scene tape. Like a quota for crime scene tape.
That is weird.
Yeah, we're not purchasing enough equipment. Start using your equipment.
If you don't use it, you don't get the budget for crime scene tape next year.
Oh, this poor guy. He's tore up.
He got a 2-minute buffer period.
It's a long time.
Sus.
He looks like he's gonna spit.
It's missing some teeth.
To be fair, I would already had gloves on if I'm in the hospital.
Bro, I know.
Hey, look, if you don't get cooperative, all right, you're
I wonder how many gloves I went through in my career.
right now.
Had to have been thousands.
We don't want to concern her, right?
Don't want to know how many I've used.
Relax. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna puke
Just go
on
where
him.
you need to go right now so that they can take care of you.
mask
That's
time.
it. Can we push? Let's push. Relax.
Holding the chair up.
Why isn't he
Can we strap-
belted down?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we strap him down?
Be careful, Eddie.
Why are they holding it up?
He was behaving himself there for a while, so they didn't see. He does strap him like this.
Gloves.
No.
Don't put your hand in his mouth.
He's got one hand gloved and one hand not. God, people.
Oh, look at that fancy watch.
That's probably the sergeant.
Watch out, Eddie.
Oh, he's trying to make out with them. That's all he's trying to do.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Hey, this is looking bad for you, dude. Keep resisting us, okay? You need to relax.
It's gonna give me anxiety.
Yeah.
You need to relax.
Exposure report.
He actually get bit?
He has blood on his hand. I don't think he got bit.
Yeah, I think it's just loose.
All right, you want additional charges? Yes, please stop biting.
There you go.
That's not.
Push him back down to the thing.
Wow.
That doesn't count.
I'm here for it.
He's gonna waterboard him now.
I'm just surprised they don't have a spit
Oh
mask.
my gosh. I was, yeah.
I mean, but they're in the hospital. I don't think they carry it on the little gurney.
Yeah, mine stays in my patrol car until I need to go grab it.
You need to relax, dude.
Now he's putting on gloves.
Honestly, once you start trying to bite, I could care less what happens.
Stop biting the officer.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Relax. Okay?
That's when you start getting real ignorant police.
Well,
Brian, relax. Let go.
I mean, I have a biting story, but I'm not going to tell it on YouTube. So.
That's a spicy one.
Oh, it's
Spicy meatball.
pretty spicy.
Don't make me turn this car around. Sorry, Mom.
We had an old lady spit in one of our officers' mouths.
Did he like it?
He was there for it. He was there for it.
We joke about it all the time.
I mean, I watched an old lady bite Josh's crotch.
Happened. True story.
I'm sorry, Josh.
It was a weird day.
Old ladies are just mean, dude.
She hit his taser, to be fair.
got
Yeah.
nothing to lose, man.
Yeah.
We're on the way out.
Zombie virus. No, this is actually not that bad for combative. It's probably I'd give this like a 6 out of 10. You need constant yelling for 8 out of 10, and like they never give up.
Because he does only weights and no cardio, so he's winded real fast.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, he probably doesn't do anything just based off his natural size.
Brian, get back on the gurney.
Oh,
Okay, sit back. All right. Brian, relax. Lay your now. Let's try to strap him down. Strap him down.
I understand now.
All right, well.
Cool, I guess.
This is gonna be spicy. So
Oh yeah, this is a
heavy viewer discretion advised. What?
Okay.
I just read the title.
Wait.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah.
I've been in this house more than once, dog.
Oh God, who are you telling?
She's like the retiree house.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bro, what?
No.
Bro, I don't know if I'm approaching that.
Bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Dispatch, fire
Yeah, shout out to not having a handpiece. Shout out to the mic loop. I cast fireball.
That's basically when you cast
Patrol
fireball
car,
in a
fire
room with all your
extinguisher.
teammates.
Bro, that whole place is gonna, bro. Get her up, dog. That whole place is gonna catch on fire. With an accelerant like that?
What are we doing, people? Come on.
Come on with it.
I'm trying, honey. I'm trying.
Oh boy.
We gotta drag her out, ladies.
Left by the armpits.
Yeah, by the armpits and drag, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach how to drag people.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole teach and drag. This is a terrible
A
idea.
whole lot of injuries about to happen.
Yeah, this is terrible.
For an elderly person?
Yeah.
Can you stand up? No. No.
I mean,
No.
She can stand up off the
she has a
No.
fucking walker. What do you think?
We gotta get away from the house. Get away from the house.
Lift and move.
Yeah.
Lift and move. Also,
You what?
another fun choice is if you get like a towel or like a blanket. Especially like a really nice
Man, we're
heavy
trying to
comforter,
get
you just
people-
put her in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Start
in absence
dragging
of
it.
that, just cradle lift her. There's
Yeah.
two of you there.
I don't
Cradle lift.
understand what's going on.
Hey, dog, come on now.
They don't
Just
either.
Sweep
Come on,
your
man.
arm under hers and lift
Also,
up.
like, my boy's still on fire inside his house.
Yeah.
Like, my dude's going down like, who was Boromir's dad in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, yeah.
He's going out like that, dog. Bro,
Man, we're
she's
trying to
her
get people.
hands. Bro, county people are wild.
County, be advised, we have one in the house.
I
Set
can't
a
with
fire
y'all.
in the bedroom.
Oh, thank God you have a handpiece.
Y'all don't have fire
Be advised,
extinguishers?
gasoline was poured.
What are we doing? We're not away from the house. Like,
Yeah, at least get her to the sidewalk, dog.
Fire can't go through doors, obviously.
I know that we gotta get you away from this house. Because if the flames get
She
here,
cannot walk.
like
I don't know what you
drag
don't understand about that. Bro, at least she's not critically injured. Could you
So-
imagine?
They did call fire as soon as he started the fire, but I mean, fire's gonna take a minute to get there.
Ryan started
Anyways.
the fire.
No, they're just thinking they're Patreon subs.
Yeah. So they
I
were
don't
there.
know, man.
They were there trying to evict this
Mhm.
elderly
This
couple,
couple.
They said
which
you
means
can't.
that
and that was his.
That's his
they're
response.
civil deputies. They're not even patrol deputies, probably.
solution.
That sucks.
Mm.
Be prepared. Weird stuff
Really
happens,
short
man.
stick.
Yeah. Moving on.
Fafo, see, you get it. They said they close the door, they're good. Fire can't come through the door. That's what I said.
Fire can't hurt me
Fire doesn't
now.
have the key, dog.
Watch your calls. Y'all watch too much of our content, man. Don't watch the rookie for a minute.
I'd rather not speak through the door. You mind if I come in?
That's a little weird. That's a little sussy. You foot in the door or no?
Melvin?
I don't trust it.
Mind if we come in? Or do you want to step out?
Bro, this has got furtive written all over it, homie.
Yeah.
Can we come in and speak to you, or do you want to step out
Well,
so we can hallway?
they're working in New York, so
I don't know why it's like so many of y'all.
There's not that many of us.
How many of y'all are there?
You hear domestic happening in the background.
How many? There's a couple.
I don't miss my job or my area of operation. My beat sucked. Actually, no, Bill, yours was worse. That
Oh,
last,
100%.
year. That last year, yours was way worse for this.
Way worse.
You saw it, bro. Pause it real quick.
the
Shout
the
out to this
awkward
backup.
walk-in.
No, but shout out to this backup. The second he walked in, he's like, waste. He immediately was
Yeah.
like, dog, you've been hiding behind that door for a minute.
He's not playing.
That is
He's been
top
working in New York
tier.
for a while.
top tier backup officer. He's still looking at his waist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they said you guys have
He's
rhythm, just-
eyeballing the hell out of this guy. Bro, why are there so many people here?
I guess.
Bro, Sarge.
Put your hands out of your pocket for me?
Don't get hands in pockets.
Death Sergeant.
I guess at some point she fell, hit her head. She had a little bit of pain in her head.
You good, Sarge?
So for right
She
now,
falling
we're gonna
asleep.
Yeah, what's the sergeant looking at?
from the situation,
It's nap
we're gonna
time.
go back to the precinct. We'll
She's
check it out,
daydreaming about her next meal.
and go from there, okay?
She's one of those supervisors that gets to go home in the middle of the shift as
So
long as
what
nothing
I'm gonna
happens.
Say now is I'm going to ask you to turn around and put your hands behind your back, okay?
That's not. We can step out.
Okay, but we're not stepping out now. Yeah. All right. So can you do me a favor and just put your hands?
What's the
behind your back
investigation for?
Listen, right now what you have is she said something happened. Push. She has a little bit of
Domestic.
That's minor. It's a
So he's going to jail for show.
You're on camera. You're with us.
Likely.
Don't cooperate and resist, that becomes a whole nother
Bro,
thing.
Sarge.
It's on camera, that's
Also,
fine.
all of them should be
Right
inside.
now you have a he said, she said.
Yeah, you shouldn't be chilling in the doorway.
Maybe one of you's hope like scene security, trying to make sure nobody else comes to the apartment. We haven't searched the apartment. We haven't, or at least.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say, do we know
people.
that? Do we know
By
that no one
himself.
else is in this apartment?
And if you're gonna
Go
affect
ahead and
the
put
rest-
hands on. If
Yeah.
you're gonna put hands on, put hands on.
We're past this.
I got you.
Oh, my dog.
Went for the legs.
My dog. You got my gun?
Wow.
What do you mean he got my
How the
gun?
hell did he get your gun? What the?
I was gonna say, good thing it has a 10-pound trigger, but never mind.
Someone's already getting hit.
Yeah.
I bet you it is. I don't know how that dude's breathing right now, to be honest.
Well, Sergeant's taking a nap, so
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Because the moment he started backing up, if I was her, I'd have ripped that door
Yeah,
shut and
well, that's what I'm
grabbed.
getting at. You got a one-arm drag or something, you know?
Yeah.
Get the sergeant.
One person goes hands and everybody else is like, whatever.
she's just in the way.
That's most supervisors these days.
The second that was uttered, that guy probably gets super smoked, dude. At least they controlled it. They just straight up disarm this guy? Or did they have to... That was another one that went off there.
What is happening?
Oh my god, I don't know about that. Bro, Sarge was trying to get out of there. Sarge isn't drawn down, nothing.
Okay, so this is the backup officer.
Oh, you know, it's that,
Or no.
that last officer that was in the line was looking in the hallway to try to make sure. I'm okay with that. If we're going hands on, shut the door.
Yeah. Do everybody else a favor.
And assist. So he got the initial officer's gun. How does he not get smoked like that anymore? Oh. What did they do? Oh no.
No.
Oh no. What are we doing, dog?
Are you one-handed shooting? Okay, here's the. I want to see the sergeant's perspective.
That's probably the caller complaining.
This is Sarge. I need to know what Sarge did.
Yeah.
Don't make this hard. Don't make
Probably a whole lot of nothing.
We can't step out now. Okay? Alright.
I'm so jaded.
So pause it right there. So that's a very weak reach, right, for going hands-on. There was a way. I'm really going to teach handcuffing here. He's got a wall, so he can't back up very much, right?
I was gonna say, if you're there, boom to the wall.
And most of that, the problem is like, so he's already resisting, right? Like, and not enough to get the charge for resisting, but you already know this is going to be uncompliant handcuffing, right? For a domestic assault, we'll do a whole instructional video on this, but like when you're reaching for someone's hands or wrists, it's almost completely useless. And that's what they're currently doing. You reach for elbows or biceps or whatever because you want more of the arm that you can get your hands on. I have no idea with a active level of retention on a holster how he even gets to reach for it, to be honest. And then within weapon retention, like, I don't know, man, that's wild. I'm not saying it can't be
budget
defeated.
cuts at NYPD.
Yeah, or Serpa holsters, but that's wild. Let's see if Sarge is assisting.
Nope, she ran out the
She
room.
straight up took off. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, hey, well,
What?
Sarge just tried to shoot him in the leg?
been watching the rookie.
She's like,
Oh,
I'll save the day.
oh.
Yeah, get better training people. And if you're gonna run out on your officers, get out of this job.
Get me wrong. Your head's in the right place. You're in a deadly force situation. Now that he's armed and we're in a scuffle, I get it. We are not gonna like. If you were gonna contact shot the guy, right? Like I'm talking, you put the muzzle right on where you're trying to hit because you're trying not to miss, right? Like I'm not gonna get a good sight picture. I'm not gonna get both hands on the gun. I'm just gonna do a contact shot. Then do a contact shot. This like in between. Go to your local range. Hold your gun out while you're not looking at the sights and just kind of point and see how accurate you're gonna be when you're potentially inches away from hitting an officer in the back or the leg or the knee, and like, let's say you incapacitate another officer. This guy's now got backup mags and, like, I don't know, dog.
FAFO.
We have seen incredible examples of good female officers. We are like 0 for 4 in the last 2 weeks.
Next
we are
week,
not
you need to
doing
find
great.
us some.
I'm just gonna Google like female officer crushes it or something.
I'm gonna be honest. This whole stream, every female
It's
officer's
been bad, dude.
been bad.
I missed that one traffic cop.
Yeah. Oh, the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
We need to find his female
And
counterpart.
what's going on?
Yes.
We've seen her on stream plenty of times. Like I remember we had one stream where like we had like 6 female officers that just crushed, and there was like
Back
2
to back to
guys
back.
doing shady stuff, and I was like, you know what? Shout out for the ladies. Today is not that.
All right, one of our.
Cassie.
Yeah, got him on it.
Thank you, Keith.
On it.
He said, "Shut me up."
Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that for a shout out?
There we go.
Shrek'd.
Oh wow, it's all gone just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Ban hammer.
Get fucked.
I did that to Blank by accident one time.
I remember that.
His entire chat.
FAFO says dead. Get after him. Oh my god. Anyways, we'll keep going. Shout out to the 92 of y'all that are here hanging out with us.
That's awesome.
Go ahead and drop a like.
All right.
We do this every Thursday.
This one's gonna go
Yeah.
quick, so make sure you're ready.
Oh god.
Like the Stram, people. Like the Stram.
Like really quick.
Oh God! My guy got bodied.
We need that guy at NYPD.
What did he say? Boy was about it.
That knocked.
Lights.
What a scrapper, dude.
That knocked all the fight out of him.
Oh, he was running. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
he was running. I'm impressed old boy kept his head off the concrete. The officer.
Yeah.
Not the suspect.
I will say this. Based on the size of the officer that's spectating, the other guy had it handled. That's not a big man. But he had the tools and was prepared to go deal with the eventuality of some level of resistance. Mind you, he got a layup because this guy was already handcuffed and running. But still,
Yes.
But still.
Yeah.
That's rough. That was a... Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't run.
But also, good body control there.
Yeah. No kidding.
That guy's gonna feel it in the morning.
Oh, bro. Don't hit old people. That's a felony.
Ooh.
Oh.
No. Hey, ma'am, get in your car.
Bro, I tell you what. You don't do this in the wrong fucking city. You get vibe checked hard.
Yeah.
Don't fight that lady.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Granny come out with a damn.
Both of those
I'm
people
saying-
came out with guns.
That's what I'm saying. Or just bystanders, bro.
Yeah.
The
On
streets will come
February
and check
3rd,
you.
2024, officers
Granny
responded
pop
to
out
a
with a
physical
Derringer.
altercation involving a teenage girl and a 60-year-old woman at an intersection traffic light in the city of Ocala. The person who recorded the incident with her phone stated that she was stopped at the light and witnessed the defendant exiting her vehicle and immediately
Bless you.
starting to punch the victim continuously. Upon
I get it.
officers' arrival, the individuals involved
computer
in the
even says
altercation
pollen high.
separated, and the
Pollen
aggressor
high?
fled the
I
area.
can feel my eyes kind of itching.
Just stay in the car for a minute. 694. I'm 1012 sofa.
So is there a victim here?
Yep.
Okay. Did you need a EMS?
Volume on this one's a tiny bit low, I think.
Do you need
Yeah.
EMS right now?
No, I gotta get my son home. I'm going to go.
That didn't do shit.
With the victim. She's south of
Oh, you know why? It's that same shitty body camera.
on 27.
Oh,
It's a watch guard.
Watch guard.
Having concussion from it.
You're telling me there was a man in the passenger seat and he didn't beat the shit out of that girl?
If you can get me a EMS call.
Bro, somebody hits my mom,
bro.
you're getting. Oh.
Even pre-policing me probably has some ignorant remarks on that.
100%.
Post-policing me? No.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get you EMS.
Me getting suplexed on some big.
Dude.
Hit my mom.
I don't care what you are.
So what happened?
Well, we were on our way coming home from Best Buy, and I live out this way, so obviously it's why I'm going this way. The previous light.
663 Kilo 5, we go.
Right.
The one over there.
FAFO dog. I mean, be careful down here in the South. You're going to assault old people. It's a little easy to articulate.
Does this guy also have crotch cam?
No, he's leaned over.
Okay.
But
I think he's
also
like leaned over trying to listen, but yeah, it's terrible placement.
shitty camera.
I don't get over right away. That's not how I drive. I have incentive So I've started to
You skip ahead a little bit, I guess. This is just a road rage incident that gets out of hand, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm already at this point. I'm already half and half. So I see her in my mirror out of nowhere, literally nowhere, at my towards
This
the
is
very end.
This is her.
But those were the
Oh, so they showed the video.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it until I started calming down a little bit. And then the more I sat here, the more I started getting a little lightheaded. Started feeling a little woozy.
Looks real bad.
Tell me where we find this lady.
Looks horrible.
Got the license plate, so they should.
I hope you have a better day, okay?
Oh.
They're talking to the witness.
No, Minico.
Ocala.
It's Ocala again?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it's Coral Springs earlier.
Ocala.
Bro, even my people don't park cars like this. What are we doing?
Okay.
Well, you're not a hillbilly in Florida.
That's true. That's true.
They're built different.
Alright, just give a second and so since we got here, I'm just gonna read your rights, alright? You have the right to
She's not arrested? Why are we doing rights?
Yeah, wait, whoa.
Bro!
So she can say no?
Oh, she's not gonna say no.
They don't really need her to talk, though. They have the video.
Yeah.
You're right.
You can decide at any point to execute these rights and not answer any question or make any statement.
I recommend not answering any questions.
Yeah.
But I've seen this one, and
Okay, so.
Okay.
And the lady.
Wow, she got Mirandized and she's still gonna talk.
Dumb. You walk up to me and come up right off the bat reading me rights, I'm gonna be like, I don't answer questions.
It's a good backup officer right there.
Yes. That's
Heck
excellent backup officer.
And then she gets back in my face, so I hit her.
I just noticed old buddy sitting on a lawnmower.
Lawnmower. I saw the same thing. I was just about to point that out too.
They spend a lot of time on this porch too. My boy's got a little lazy boy chair on it. Like a rocking chair.
Maybe he's a part-time firefighter.
Maybe.
Every firefighter works part-time.
Oh, it's compliant handcuffing at least.
I still don't know about
Is that her
pulling them
dad?
handcuffs out before they're in position.
I was like doing reprimanding her. There you go.
How old are you?
You're dumb because you want to be.
Oh, 20, okay.
Just a getaway vehicle. Hey, double locking. Look at that.
Maybe she parked in the yard because she lives in that little shed.
I've seen that before.
Maybe that is her driveway.
Actually. No, I've seen that before.
A tiny home.
Yeah.
Basically.
She's got all these bumps on her head and stuff like that. So she couldn't drive normal. She had to. The ambulance had to get there.
Discount barndominium.
Hey.
What about her? Did she have a passenger with her? She had an autistic kid.
My boy's cooking right now. I bet that smells good.
Oh, okay. So the guy that was with her was an autistic, her autistic son, I guess. So
That's way worse.
You know, thank
Bro.
God it wasn't a
So that's probably why he didn't fight.
That makes more sense.
Felon, so she was sick.
Learn something because I mean that's stupid shit that is just ridiculous. Where she learns that, I don't know. But
Mama. High school friends.
I bet Mama. That's
Probably
That's
Mama.
where I'm putting my money.
She doesn't watch Only Robert.
She is lucky though.
Bro. Got Mirandized and still talk.
She is
so dumb.
lucky. Another clearly spicy one.
Oh, this is extra spicy with a side of spice.
Is this officer?
Hey, man.
That's loud as fuck.
You good?
It's a nice McDonald's.
Hey, man.
You just
Hey,
sing.
police department.
I don't give a fuck. No quisiste abrir la puerta, mira.
What are you doing? Hey. Hey.
Farmers?
Hey. What's your name, man? What's your name?
He's higher. Higher than a kite.
Hey, gray shirt.
I need another unit for Indiana Jones.
What is he on? What is he on? Hey, what's your name, dude?
I remember being in academy, thinking naively that the actors in our scenario training were exaggerating. The kind of
They aren't.
behavior you roll up on.
They aren't.
You don't get the smell. They don't replicate that well enough.
I mean, it's a good try.
I like how they're translating the Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it to my table.
I mean, he's a good taser candidate here. Maybe OC is not a terrible idea. I'm trying to see if you can get him to be a little bit easier to approach. Bro, pepper ball gun. Although you're ruining everybody else's McDonald's evening.
True.
100%.
Those burgers could use a little seasoning.
Definitely
A
true.
little bit spice.
Hey,
He's high on life.
He's just having a good time.
Now, they are doing a good job of not unnecessarily escalating this. They're trying to develop like an arrest plan or something. Because he's not doing anything but chilling. They got time to apprehend him.
I'd be like, hey, guy, just walk off the property. We're good.
Hey, sit down.
Don't ruin my McDouble. We're gonna get a copyright strike for all this is singing.
Hey, sit down, dude.
Like meth, maybe? Given the behavior.
He's definitely on the upper.
They're kind of far for that.
Taser, dude. Taser, taser,
Right there,
taser.
right there, right there.
I don't think it connected.
Oh shit, his pants fell down.
Hey, sit down.
Well, beanbags gotta suck.
Put your hands up. Drop the belt. Drop the belt. Drop it. Get down.
Man, he's leaking. Us from a beanbag round?
Yeah.
Dang.
Beanbag. Beanbag. On the ground. On the ground.
So it was that last one that did it.
That last one was an attitude adjuster for sure.
Drop it.
Probably because it hit bare skin.
Oh no.
Responded and assumed care for Mr. Rios.
That sucks,
Transported
dude.
to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased.
That's awful.
A subsequent examination revealed one of the beanbag projectiles deployed at Mr. Rios penetrated his chest cavity.
Oh, jeez.
Man. Dude, that sucks all around because it's like for the guy, because they're trying to use less lethals right on this guy. They obviously didn't think he was a deadly threat, but the deadly force occurred. So I feel bad for the officer trying to use a beanbag round and ends up killing the guy. And then for the individual, like, well, he's hired in a kite. I mean, he kind of chose to do that, but like, if this was if this was an intentional use of force and it was lethal, I'd have questions. I'd be like, look, dog, he wasn't yet running towards anybody or whatever. But
and
this is going to be.
It's not like they aimed it at his head or his face.
No, no. And they're probably at, I don't know specifically, but I think, and somebody can correct me in the comment section, I didn't have training on beanbag rounds because they said you go hands on or don't.
Yeah.
But I think the standoff distance is like 40 to 50 feet. And he looked at right about that distance. After a certain distance, like I think it's like inside of 20, it's considered lethal.
That's crazy.
But that's awful. But yeah, there'll be an investigation. I'm sure the liability lawyers are going to kick the can on that guy, but ultimately they're going to look at the manufacturing of the beanbag round itself and whether it failed or the storage conditions in which it failed. That'll take years of litigation. I just feel bad, for the family, for the deceased there, and then also for the officer that trusted his equipment to perform. So again, what happened with the chick, tasing the dude and ends up getting her ass kicked. Like, that equipment will fail you if you do not have the skills yourself to defeat that situation.
So would hands-on have been an option here?
Yeah. The belt, in my personal opinion, can it be used as lethal force? 100%. I mean, he could wrap that thing around you to go hurt you, but you have numbers, and it's not a sharp belt, right? It's not like it's not easily deployed as something lethal, and because I have numbers, as long as I had like. If I felt confident in the hands-on skills, going hands-on absolutely would have been an option. I just understand the standoff because they're trying not to also further hurt the guy.
Had the taser deployment been 4 feet closer, it would have worked, I think.
Yep. And
then hands-on is, should be immediate, but we've obviously seen how that goes. But also, like, you go high and low on that guy and clinch him, that belt's essentially ineffective. Yeah, even the buckle portion, like if you get a good clinch and he's like this, what's he gonna do? Like hit you with it a little? I mean, I don't know. It sucks because everybody always wants to talk about using less lethals and de-escalating and all that, and then that happens.
It doesn't put someone in handcuffs and it doesn't secure the scene. 9 times out of 10, actually I would say 10 times out of 10, whether it's OC, whether it's taser, whether it's beanbag, whether it's whatever, it does not create, even the grappler, which is an incredibly effective tool for stopping pursuits, still doesn't put the suspect in custody and give you a secure scene.
True.
Period. Ultimately, maybe a man catcher. There's no Juan's going to be here for the man. But like it just doesn't create. You can't create safety.
Show where they use that.
Oh my god!
No tool is foolproof.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like the skill set of going hands on, we've now seen it fail 6 or 7 times today. One leading to an OIS, right? The other one leading to some poor Australian chick getting drugged. We saw the one last week where the dog gets to go for a hike and play fetch for a little bit and whatever. And then in this instance, just because of its policy, I think that they did everything completely by the book. It's taught that way. If you have the tools, use them, right? But like the inability to go hands-on, and part of that's recruiting, part of that's training, part of that's self-evaluations on you working on your skills as a police officer. But yeah,
Could also could be hesitation too, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, well, if we have the tools, use the tools, because if we go hands-on and something goes wrong,
Yeah.
you know.
I wonder what it was, though. I really want to know, like, was it a defect? Was there a manufactured thing?
I bet you in the long run, those rounds probably get chambered and unchambered so many times. What ends up happening is I get super nerdy with this. Let's pretend that this is a shell casing, right? There's a primer piece on the back, and there's like the metallic piece that holds your primer and your charge. The front of it's typically plastic, and when you chamber and unchamber around, you're pulling apart the plastic. You're probably manufacturing unintentionally what's called a cut shell, where this thing is supposed to disperse or this thing's supposed to separate wad and everything. You basically created a fake slug out of it, as opposed to a beanbag round. So
then it came out with the force of a shotgun.
Yep, because you got a nice perfect seal on it. Oof. So if the beanbag never left the wrap, there's like a plastic wrap that comes around it. If it all went out the front with the propellant,
it's a
you
slug.
Basically have a slug. Yeah. People do it with birdshot, where they'll actually intentionally cut the plastic around it so that it all leaves as one projectile.
Oof.
It's the characteristics is probably. I bet you when they do the autopsy, they're going to find all of it there. Unfortunately.
Oof.
Poor guy. Bowler wrap's not a bad idea either.
No.
Or a lasso.
Lasso? Lasso would do it.
Lasso for the win.
We watched that
This
video.
critical
right?
incident video
we did.
details a deputy-involved shooting that occurred on September 27th, 2022, at approximately 11:12 a.m. The information contained in this video is preliminary and intended to provide as much information to our community as possible. The information presented in this video could change based on information learned in the course of this investigation. On September 27, 2022, an Amber Alert out of Fontana was issued for 15-year-old
I saw this one earlier this week.
The Amber Alert was issued out of concern she was taken by her father, 45-year-old Anthony Graciano. Before the Amber Alert was issued, Mr. Graciano killed his wife outside of a school in Fontana. Mr. Graciano also shot at a father and child near the school. The next day, Mr. Graciano's pickup truck was located and a pursuit began. Multiple shots were fired at San Bernardino Sheriff's deputies during the pursuit. At the conclusion of the pursuit, there was an extensive exchange of gunfire. Both Graciano and Savannah were struck by deputy rounds and died of their injuries. A warning. This critical incident video contains graphic images and language. Viewer discretion is advised. At about 10:25 a.m. on Tuesday, September 27th, dispatch received 911 calls from people who spotted Graciano's white 2017 Nissan Frontier pickup truck west of Barstow. One caller, a clerk from a Pilot gas station, reported seeing both the pickup truck and Savannah, who purchased items inside the store.
Sheriff Dispatch, Michelle speaking. How may I help you?
That's weird. I guess they did like a public announcement.
I'm calling from store 200 at the Pilot Travel Center at Kramer Junction.
Hi.
Hey, I just called a little while ago and reported, the Amber Alert that was on for yesterday?
Dang.
With a little
good
girl
on them for calling.
And her dad.
What's the address you called for?
The address is 5725 Highway 58.
1 second. Okay, I see your call. What's going on?
I'm sorry?
I see your call. What's going on?
I think it's the girl and I think it's the dad. They're going towards Barstow right now.
Okay.
I have a picture of the little girl that was in the front. She came in and got 2 sodas from me. And then number 8 and the guest came to me and told me it's the same Nissan Frontier and everything. They faked like they were going down south on the 395 and they turned around. And you can see him going in front of our cameras. And he said he ended up going east at 58 towards Barstow.
Dispatch contacted the California Highway Patrol, which did not have any resources in the immediate area. San Bernardino Sheriff's deputies responded and began to search for Graciano's pickup truck on eastbound Highway 58.
God, dude, what a
Deputies
bad
located
thing
the
to be looking
pickup
for,
near
too, to go
Linwood.
pick up something.
Hey, sir, are you approaching Linwood? I'm sorry, tonight. Are you approaching the Linwood exit? Yeah, that's a for. Yeah, there's a white pickup truck, probably doing 100 miles an hour east. Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to catch up to. It's Nissan Frontier. Hey, Kimmy, step it up. He's going to be about a half mile in front of you.
Graciano exited Highway 58 onto southbound Interstate 15. As he was driving at a high rate of speed, it took time for deputies to catch up to his vehicle. Once they did, the first of many shots were
Dude,
fired.
what
from the
sucks
pickup
about
truck
this
at
is that they
pursuing
knew
deputies.
a lot ahead of
A
time because they
CHP
know there's an
and
Amber
San
Alert,
Bernardino
and the initial
helicopter were en
caller knows
route,
that there's
but
a
not
girl
yet
present.
overhead at
That
this stage of the
sucks.
pursuit.
Sam 1, number 3 lane, straddling number 4, still trying to catch up to it, coming up on OCD. And speeds are over 113. And Sam 1, if I could get a CHP unit, maybe as a charger to keep up to them.
I copy. They were advised. They didn't give me their locations on where they were.
Shots fired, shots fired.
I copy. Shots fired.
Taking rounds. Shots fired. Oh, shots fired.
I copy. Taking rounds.
Still northbound, number 1. Watch out, watch out, watch out. K9, are you okay? I gotta check on K9. He's off in the desert. Advise your status. Number 1 lane, still northbound. Correction, southbound. K9 5, shots fired. Code 4. Give me an airship and some additional units.
No
still
kidding.
Southbound, number 1 lane.
Additional shots were fired from the pickup truck at deputies as they continued south on I-15 in the direction of Victorville. Several deputy patrol cars were struck by the gunfire from the pickup truck and one deputy vehicle was disabled. The CHP helicopter arrived overhead just south of the I-15 Wild Wash Road exit.
So they are in pursuit of
18 day before, were they getting shot with a rifle or a handgun?
So we're looking at that white guy. White truck affirmative. Number 2 lane.
Right shoulder, passing the car carrier. Okay, you got it? Hey, Sarge, you guys want us to try shutting down the freeway? 15 south over by 11. Just slow down here.
I just don't even know how you'd approach this, because even with a grappler, you're still probably taking rounds.
Taking rounds, yeah.
You know, there's no good way to approach this vehicle.
Do you just chase until they run out of gas?
I guess, dude. And at least in a hostage situation, it's just not moving, right? But with it moving, like, there's no good
You
way.
could try spikes.
Yeah, dude, but even then.
I mean,
The poor guy deploying this
exactly.
Yeah. You know what you're signing up for there, probably.
You'd have to, like, position your car perpendicular to the road, deploy the spikes, and then hide behind your car because you know rounds are coming.
Yeah.
camera on the suspect recording audio and video.
Or, honestly, you do what our SWAT team had to do. You get a SWAT sniper set up far enough up the road, and he takes the shot into the windshield.
Yeah. How about a hard shot, though? Jeez.
It is, but like...
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get paid the big bucks for, I guess, yeah.
But if you do that, I mean, I can understand that if he's by himself, but with the girl in there and him going like 113 miles an hour.
So the issue is going to be, so deadly force is going to have to utilize either way. So, like, let's say even if I approach it, I'm going to be pointing deadly force, right? While he's driving, it's really unlikely that he's able to actually hold the hostage. You're going to get a pretty, you got to imagine,
the crash
after the fact.
The crash that's going to happen.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, that's, think about it this way. That's the best option.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
That's how
like,
shitty the situation is. Yeah.
That's like
you would rather take the chance that she can survive potentially, or
a car
do
crash.
something administrative to alleviate the car crash from happening, versus any attempt to really apprehend the vehicle itself. Is like, especially like they didn't even get close to him, and he already automatically started discharging rounds. They're lucky he didn't shoot anybody else that was at the gas station or anything
Right.
like that. Like, he went and smoked mom and shot at random people, and like, they're just an evil dude doing evil shit. But it's like there's
my
nothing
thing
in the tool
is
belt.
like,
Yeah.
from a deadly force standpoint, at least that's one guy taking one shot at hopefully just one suspect.
Yeah.
Versus the outcome that we're gonna get here.
And to be honest, for a fixed position, and now mind you, if the target's moving, it gets complicated. But at 100 to 200 yards, it's not a horrible shot to take if you're a practitioner, right?
And you have the advantage of him being on the highway going straight.
Yep. You know,
yes,
you can set up precisely where you want to be. Yeah.
But he's still moving straight. The chances of him being able to see the rifle and like a sniper is pretty minimal, I would say. But
yeah, a rolling roadblock's not a terrible idea either.
You better be prepared for those rounds,
dude. Yeah. And you can't do anything about the people he's passing to.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get ahead of something like this because he's going 100 miles per hour. And can the radio outrun the car? Yeah. But how quickly could you get on an interstate, shut the whole thing down, right? You're going to subject everybody on that highway to whatever's going to go down between you and the suspect at that point.
Well, you heard them. Like, they're already having trouble keeping up with him. They're trying to get CHP Chargers in there. Yeah. An average patrol car, especially in the California desert, like, I can't imagine they run great.
And he's also, especially because he's not, like, pitching, he can always leave the roadway.
True.
Like, even if you set up a roadblock, he could always leave the roadway.
Yeah.
Well, and it still takes time to even summon resources too, because like, you know, they're going through other jurisdictions.
Yeah.
And by the time your dispatch contacts their dispatch and gets their units en route, they're probably already halfway through their jurisdiction.
Yeah. Also, the problem with the shields, you can't have a shield on a car. It doesn't work that way. You can't drive a car and have a shield at the same time. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I mean, helicopter's your best option right now.
Just following it. God, dude. This gunfire's close, too.
And also, I hate to say this, but he's taken pretty good shots on these police cars.
See, he shut down the highway and he was still able to just drive around it.
As Graciano continued south on I-15 approaching the North Stoddard Road exit, a deputy reported additional shots fired, this time from the passenger window. Seconds later, the CHP helicopter crew reported shots from the driver's side window.
Trailing over the overpass a half-mile north of North Stoddard.
Suspect vehicle southbound passing North Stoddard now.
H82, number 1 lane, crossing over North Stoddard.
Team Paul 24, suspect vehicles in the number 1 lane, southbound 15, just fired a shot out the passenger window.
And we're getting...
Still shooting, he's still firing.
Well, they're also lucky that he's not trying to just shoot random bystanders, too, to put obstacles in the path.
As the pursuit continued south in the direction of Victorville, a motorist just south of Palmdale Road captured video of the truck passing him by and firing several shots at deputies.
It's not a sound you want to hear on the highway.
Jeez,
no.
Dude's pretty brave for staying in that lane, too.
No kidding.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
No, the daughter wasn't shooting. He was just shooting, I think, across
from the passenger window. Yeah.
Was she in the back? I forget.
I don't know.
Shooting at me or at the cops, but it looked like it
Because she comes out of the driver's side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What part of the car did you see the gun come out of?
The passenger, right at passenger side, right here, right out the side. It was leaning out, just open fire.
And was it the driver or was it someone else in the car?
It must have been someone else because someone was still driving the truck.
It is important to note that the statement of this witness and a deputy over the radio that shots were fired from the passenger window is an indication of what may have happened, not confirmation. This aspect of the incident is still under investigation.
Dude, the crime scene for that would be complicated because you're going to have to try to find epithelial cells, GSW, all that stuff.
Going the wrong way onto the Main Street on-ramp to I-15.
I would just be shocked if a little kid was
had
Oh, I'm
dashcam
tracking
cameras
with
that
you.
led
No, I'm
to
with
this
you. Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
I'm with
In
you.
the video, you can hear multiple shots fired from inside Mr. Graciano's vehicle and from deputies.
It's just weird to me how well aimed these rounds are for
I
someone
know.
who's driving a car at 100
I
miles
know.
per hour. That's the other weird thing I got with this is like,
Because they like all hit the windshield.
yeah,
Which
that's a
is
hard.
tough.
That's not.
That's
That's
tough.
not a. Yeah,
That's yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't see him, which I understand.
Yeah. I
felt
wouldn't
that.
even be mad at that driver.
I was a random driver.
Yeah, that was just a random dash cam.
From the
No.
San Bernardino Sheriff's Department helicopter of the incident conclusion. It shows that Mr. Graciano attempted to drive up an embankment onto Main Street, but he lost traction and the vehicle moved back down the embankment in the direction of I-15. When the pickup truck came to a stop, Savannah exited from the passenger side towards a nearby deputy. She was wearing tactical gear and a helmet. She went to the ground and stood up to walk toward the nearby deputy who was calling her to his position. Deputies at a distance and higher location and with differing fields of view saw a person exit the vehicle and move toward other deputies. They discharged their service weapons as the person stood up and moved toward the closest deputy. That deputy, who could see it was the passenger, was calling her over. Another warning. This video shows the moment that shots were fired and Savannah
Does she have a
was struck.
gun?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, they're skirting around whether or not she actually had a firearm on her.
Making contact with you guys. If we get to the desert. I got y'all. He's leading in and out of traffic, actively firing. Alright, dude, he just pulls out. He's making a U-turn. Left orbit. He's exiting at Main, but he's using the on-ramp to exit no wrong way. Watch these deputies. 8 deputies are coming right after on the exit. Hey, you guys, he's going to lose control here as he goes up that embankment. Do we have units on Bear Valley? He's stalling out. Alright, dude, I'm keeping 140, dude.
His truck couldn't make that?
Probably because it's loose sand. Or he backed up because the song was going into. Man, I don't know that I'm shooting at this. Unless they're
Especially with
intel.
cops right across from you.
Yeah, but also like if their intelligence is that both individuals are shooting at officers.
Yeah, true.
Then I can kind of understand that.
True.
It's just hard to know because all you get is radio traffic.
Alright, girls out, guys. Female Judy is out. She's out on the passenger side. Does anyone else have eyes in the vehicle to see if we have any other passengers inside?
That was weird.
Hard
That's
to
a
tell.
weird.
You guys watch your backdrop. You guys on the exit, watch your backdrop for cross freeway traffic.
I don't know, man.
I'd be curious to see if she was armed or whatever.
We will
That's
now
the only
play
thing where
a
really I
vet
could see.
recording from the deputy closest to Savannah when she exited the pickup truck. You can hear him calling her over and telling other deputies that the person who exited the truck was the passenger and for them to stop firing, but it was too late.
Oh, they don't have body cams. I just realized that.
Oh.
Yeah, they just have the little microphone attachments for their in-cars.
Having a body cam would probably be really useful.
Fuck, man.
That doesn't sound great.
That does not sound good.
Deputies immediately began medical aid on Savannah.
That
and
does
she
not
was
sound
transported
great.
to the hospital
So-
where, tragically, she died of her injuries. Anthony Graciano was pronounced dead at the scene. Multiple firearms were located at the scene, including hundreds of rounds of ammunition, flashbang, and smoke grenades, as well as body armor and tactical helmets.
Yeah, so the closest officer to her
No way they don't
was
have.
able to,
No way
was
they
able
don't
to-
have dash cams, right?
Yeah, they gotta
We're
have
just-
dash cams.
we're
Yeah,
just not getting
They
it.
probably
to
just
that.
didn't release them. Yeah.
So he's making he's got the best viewpoint. It sucks that we don't have body. I mean, not sucks because we don't get to see it, but from an investigative standpoint, you don't get visual confirmation. You just have to trust that that officer saw what he saw. But he didn't utilize deadly force.
He didn't shoot her.
against.
Yeah.
And
That's-
he, for a couple minutes or seconds at least, was like, "Hey, passenger, come to me. Passenger, come to me. Come on, walk, walk, walk." The language being used there is not someone who's seeing someone as a deadly threat, right?
He's seeing a victim.
That's what I was getting at, and so that makes this sucky.
Yeah.
Given that, even with what you're wearing or anything, like let's say it was the suspect that was leaving, right? Now, don't get me wrong, he killed his wife and shot at people or whatever. But like, if he's given himself up, he's given himself up, right? Even after leveraging deadly force and shooting at everybody and everything, theoretically, whether we like it or not, if he's given himself up, then the appropriate amount of force would be to just take him into custody. So that's kind of the issue I have with it. Yeah, his language in that, and it's not the officer's fault. He's going based off of what he's seeing.
Yeah,
makes that a pretty damning situation. But yeah,
and it's not also outside the realm of possibility with all the stress and everything going on. Maybe she did have a weapon and he didn't see it somehow, even though he was the closest. Weirder things have happened in situations like this.
Yeah, but even in that case, like so here's my thing on it is the guys that are shooting at the car right over on the other side on the other roadway, because
they're a good distance away.
They're a good distance away, so they're basically just relying on radio traffic to tell them what's happening.
Yeah.
Right. If they just see somebody exit the car in tactical gear, they might just assume it's a suspect. By the time they hear she's okay, she's the victim, like they've already probably dumped a bunch of rounds. So that's why it's just such a crappy situation to be in too. Also, they might have been shooting at the car and just missed and ended up hitting her because based on the marksmanship
definitely a possibility. Yeah,
going on here, that's also very much a possibility.
Yeah,
it's
I think
really hard to tell.
Yeah,
because like for instance, if you pause right here, like these dudes back down here, their vantage point is pretty sucky.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
The car's kind of blocking what they're seeing. If they just see somebody running at another deputy, they might just shoot.
I don't think that's who shot her. I think these.
Yeah, I think it's the guys in the back.
I think so.
You can see the round skip behind her off the pavement. You literally watch behind the pavement.
I thought those were from these other guys.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
But my
those guys, I have a lot less sympathy.
Yeah, and the issue is like, and again, I'm not over here to try to Monday morning quarterback it, but like you have to know what you got, dude. I pointed a lot of guns at random kids that were in the way and stuff like that multiple times, where you have a very serious use of force that's happening. And I don't randomly get spooked by somebody and pull the trigger or misconstrue something, or you go to prison. It's that simple, right?
Yeah.
Though I've never had to take a hail of gunfire like these guys did, and I respect them for being there and wanting to do the job, you're still going to be, like, results matter, dude. Like, you're going to be held accountable, and you should be held accountable, because that kid's dead. They're going to have to find some sort of evidence. The only way where I see this not being, like, prison time is that they have they find some level of culpability where she was complicit and potentially actually did, but you'd have to have a lot of forensics. You'd have to have some other digital media to showcase that was complicit in the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't, given what we currently have, and we don't know everything, right? It could turn out later that there's like a conspiracy for murder or something crazy like that, but I just don't buy that at this point.
Yeah.
But even then, again, if she was giving up, right?
That's what I'm saying. She's giving herself up. Yep.
And then being told, come here, come here, come here. That's,
Unless she produced a weapon right there at the last second.
Which it didn't look like.
It just did not look like it. Yeah.
You can't.
And I feel like they would have disclosed
absolutely,
that.
they would have absolutely said that.
They would have disclosed that if they knew.
That would have been number one in the headline.
So
why are y'all in flight mode, David?
I mean,
yeah.
On my computer, I'm not.
Yeah.
I only do it for the stream.
Yeah, that's a rough one, and I think that's I think it's kind of why we had the discussion earlier. Like you have to have honest self evaluations of whether or not you're good for the job. It's a very hard job. I don't envy the people again, like idiots like Michael that are still doing it. I don't envy the legal liability you really carry, and the responsibility you have to intervene. And it's like that mixture makes this, and you don't have, it's not like a courtroom where you got time to develop your argument, or even oftentimes in like a doctor's office. When it's not emergency medicine, you got plenty of time to run tests and do interviews and consult your buddies or get them to consult a specialist. Like there, you make the decision right then and there and you got to wear it. And that's hard.
It's a very volatile environment to be in. There's so much that can get you hemmed up. And sometimes it's the smallest of things.
Sure.
And things can go from 0 to 60 in a second. It's a wild space to be in, and you have to be constantly reminding yourself of that and being cognizant of that when you're on the job.
Yeah.
Any good cop is doing that.
Yeah, I don't envy the guys that had to answer that call in general, but if you shoot somebody giving themselves up, you're gonna wear that. You're gonna wear that.
Yeah.
As you should. You made the decision to make lethal force or use lethal force, and you're going to be held accountable for that. Is it particularly fair? No, but that's what you signed up for. That's the unfortunate reality of that. I won't make excuses for people that make poor decisions that lead to people dying, because that's even getting hurt, right? I don't care if she was just paralyzed. There's still some level of culpability, and your actions cost that. Same thing when you're driving code too fast, don't clear an intersection. Hey, we had that.
Cause a wreck.
It was like two teenagers or two young girls that died because a guy didn't clear an intersection.
Yeah.
And
Not
fucking
that long ago.
Smoked that car going like 100. Yeah. And I was like,
heck, there was a deputy somewhere. I don't remember if it might have been in North Texas. He, for whatever reason, was going like 80 miles per hour down the road, and a little boy was on a bicycle. Decently late at night, smoked him. Straight smoked him. Wasn't going to a call. Was just going fast for no reason.
Makes me sad, but either way, hopefully next week you guys can share happier videos. You guys stressed me out today, but that's what we do this for. We're here to have an unbiased, honest conversation about this. Be careful. For those of you wanting to be in it, go do your self-assessments. I think do that for everything. I think it's healthy to go and say, am I doing the best at my job, or am I being fair in my relationships? Things of that nature. Like, be honest with yourself about it, because you don't want to be left to the mercy of your circumstances if you're not. I do want to thank everybody that has gotten us to 10.5 thousand subscribers. And more than anything, I want to thank our Patreon group. You can join it for as little as $1 a month and come hang out with us. We do movie watching night. We do some of the things that we can't do in other places. Spicy Snafu, it is good to see you. But again, we have spirited conversations, some of which, like we said, we can't have online. Thank you, Bill, for hosting this with your reliable non-spectrum internet. Thank you, Producer Juan, for again giving us that super sweet Officers React. I know that is a lot of editing time, and we do appreciate it. Dad, for hanging out with us, and then Michael, our OG of OGs. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for your service. You're still currently out there crushing it.
Appreciate it.
And Pam for being my favorite.
Y'all have come a long way from when I first joined y'all.
Bro, I think you were sub 500 subs.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's where you were at. Yeah.
And it was the troops video that hooked me.
Yeah.
it was the troops video.
That was the first one. Yeah.
The very first one. Yeah.
Sam, it's good to see you. Chronicles of War. Please react to the rookie. We're already doing it. We're just trying to catch up. We're like 5 seasons in the hole on that, but we're getting at it. I hope the rest of you guys have a wonderful night. For everyone else that's part of the Discord, we will be doing Bonsai here shortly. I will start the timer. And for the rest of y'all, we will see you on Tuesday. We might be shaking it up, doing something different. We'll keep you guys in the loop, but we will still continue to try to stream twice a week. and provide you guys some super sweet Officers React. Thank also to Megan in the background, our intern. She's somewhere there.
Well, she's upstairs.
She's upstairs. Thank you to her.
She's here in spirit.
Yeah, that's right.
Either way, I will see you guys next week, and for everybody else, we'll see you in the after party. Deuces.